to what you can do, 'cause it all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you. The world should know you're almighty, all powerful, and it all to you, and it all to you. There's no limit to what you can do, 'cause it all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you. The world should know you're almighty, all powerful, all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you.
All right, remember, when Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. Hey, amen.
When Jesus
It says yes. Thank you. Thank you, DJ. All right, we was trying to wait for one more member, but the clerk just told me that she will not be attending. Is that correct? Okay, so Jason's here now. All right. All right, we can start our meeting. We do have a quorum. That's what we was waiting on. So let's begin. First, I would like to call to order the regular meeting of the trustees at Village Hall. Today is November 7th, and the time is 6:42 p.m. Clerk Key, please call it up.
Oh, why do I have this noise? Okay. Okay, Trustee Brown is absent. Trustee House,
Present.
Trustee Norwood,
Present.
Trustee Steve,
Oh, present. I'm sorry.
Trustee Holmes,
Here.
Trustee Belcher.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, thank you. If everyone will rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, if you all continue to stand, we will do prayer. William Moore, if you would. Thank you.
Amen. Let us bow our head and put our hearts and our faith towards the Lord. Father, we thank you that you're merciful. And Father, we thank you, even in the song, it says, if you say yes, who can say no? We thank you that you have all power in your hands. We thank you that you set this government up, Lord, and that you're pleased and is pleasing in your sight. On tonight, Lord, we ask that every heart would be on one accord. Bless our meeting, Lord, that we may glorify you and be servants to your people here in the village of Dolton. Continue to bless our leader, Father, with courage, faith, compassion, and vision for this village, Lord. And we thank you for it now. Let us do the work, your work, for the will of the people. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right. Before we start into general announcements, I do want to make an announcement that says there was an error made on the agenda for number 15, which is executive session. We will not be having a closed session this evening. It will be stricken from the record. So I just want to put that on the record. Next, we have general announcements. Are there any general announcements?
Yes, Mayor.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to thank the WOW Formula Learning Network for donating books to the village of Dolton. I want to thank Lincoln Elementary School for allowing us to read to the first grade classes and provide them with free books. We read and rewarded the children with the pizza party. I'd also like to thank Dolton Park District for having such an amazing event for their 95th anniversary. I'd like to send my condolences to Dolton Park District President Cleo Jones and his family for his loss. And last thing, residents, let's talk about it. I received, and I'm sure the other board members and even our mayor have as well, calls and messages. I've even been stopped while shopping in a grocery store. Oftentimes, we receive praise and thanks from our residents for fighting for them to do what's right. But in full disclosure, I also receive constructive feedback regarding the bickering between the mayor and the board. The number one question I receive is, why can't we get along? So I think it's only fair to take a moment to address this. And the answer is, we too would love to get along as a team. To be honest, it's embarrassing to showcase our disagreements to the world to see, and the residents of Dolton deserve better. The residents also deserve an ethically ran administration. Think about this. Too often we rush and panic to find a charger when our cell phone is dying, but we don't rush to find a plan when our village is burning. Our village is falling apart and it's time to fix it. I won't call this a war. I would like to say that we just have two groups of people who passionately believe in their side. I took an oath to serve this board with transparency and accountability. How can I do my job if I'm denied the requested information to do so? Something as simple as getting us the documents in a timely manner, responding to an email in a timely manner, adding requested items to the agenda to discuss at the board meetings, operating in a professional and respectful manner without name calling. While this should be simple, unfortunately, it is not happening at the moment. Dalton has so much talent and potential. There is no reason we should be in a financial deficit. However, we as a team cannot rectify the matter if we can't even see what it is. This thing has been happening too long, and the only people who suffers are the residents. Mayor, this is me extending you an olive branch to work with you to move this village forward. We have had enough of being the laughingstock of Southern politics. We want to end the misconception that Black and brown communities cannot work together. Let's work together to bring back youth programs back to Dalton. Let's work together to bring more resources back to Dalton. Let's work together to bring big name businesses to Dalton. We don't need another party. We just need a plan and results. We've had enough of being on the news every week. We want better for our village, but we have to work together to grow our village. There is no I in teamwork. It's time to do better. Let's make yesterday our last day of the madness and work together with more transparency to move Dalton better forward for a better tomorrow. Thank you.
All right. Any more general announcements?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. I want to announce this weekend is our Tea with the Trustees. We are offering residents NICOR energy assessment for your home and free smoke detectors from State Farm. Also, Barbara Sturvin from the Community Partnership Legal Aid of Chicago will be offering free legal advice to residents of Dolton. So that's this Saturday at 8:30, 9:30 at the Dolton Park District, the Lester Long Fieldhouse. The Tea with the Trustees is something that we do every second Saturday of the month. So if you want to ask the trustees questions or talk to us, get our input, you're all welcome to come. And again, that's this Saturday at 9:30 in the morning at the Lester Long Fieldhouse. Thank you.
All right. Any more general announcements?
Yeah, I'll be recognized.
Go ahead.
Solomon Commandery and Ada Council number 3 has a turkey drive. That's the Masonic building across the street on November 19 for 2022 from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. The address is 14141 Martin Luther King Drive. This is for all Dolton residents. They can come and get free turkey and a basket for Thanksgiving. That's it, Mayor.
All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, may I be recognized, Mayor?
Yes.
Thank you. I'd like to remind the residents, if you have a family member, and I'm going to say family member because it's been not only in Dolton, but throughout the city and the state, family members are attacking their own family members due to other family members, and I'm going to say it again, due to other family members, when you know that your family members are on drugs and having alcohol problems, get them some help. Get them some help. We have a facility here in Dolton. If you have a relative in Dolton that has an abusive problem, domestic, alcohol, drugs, get them some help because the life that you may save may be your own. Recently, there have been reports of people taking their own mother's life, their own grandmother's life, due to the head turning and not getting them help. I mean, just get them some help, and that's a safety issue there. Also like to announce that we brought the Universal Soul Circus to Lincoln Elementary School, where those students did not know that this circus was coming out here. Brought that circus out of the city to the kids out here. And in saying that, and in doing that, I listened over and over again. The complaints about this suburb has this city has that, the north side has this. white Americans have this. Black Americans don't have this. But I'm going to say one thing. If we keep letting grant money go away, they're going to give it to other cities, other states, put it somewhere else. We can't keep complaining about what we don't have. If it's the taxpayers' dollars that are not being spent and it's grant money, why wouldn't we take the grant money and let the taxpayers have their money? It's not taxpayers' money, it's just grant money. If we want to look for something enhanced and something for these children and teenagers to do, and if we have free grant money to do it, then let's do it. We can't just keep complaining and wondering why someone else is getting funded. If they're funding us, let's be blessed with this grant. Let's do what we have to do. You want your kids to go somewhere. Okay, there's no place for them to go. But if we send in these funds somewhere else and they would send it quickly to somebody else that need it, and we need it bad to help our children, to enhance, we work together. Let's work together as a team. But if we got grant money and it's not costing the taxpayers anything, let's build what we want to build and stop complaining and let our kids and children be happy. That's the end of my announcement, Mayor.
All right. Anyone else? All right. Next on the agenda is village clerk's report.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I would like to, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great. I would like to request approval of the Board of Trustees for the minutes for October the 3rd, regular board meeting, October 7th, 2022, special board meeting, and October 17th, 2022, special board meeting.
Is there a motion to approve? Do you want to do them all together or separate?
All together.
Is there a motion for a consent agenda to approve all the minutes?
I make a motion.
Is
I
there a
second.
second? It's been motioned and second.
Who was the second?
Norwood,
No, okay. All righty.
to do a consent agenda.
Right.
All right.
Trustee House,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Steve,
Aye.
Trustee Home,
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Also, I have a
Wait.
couple more.
I know that's not it. That's step one. Step two is you have to now motion to approve all the minutes together. That was to do a consent agenda. They all agreed.
Is that
Not
what
a-
you just said?
And now the second step is to approve. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from October 3rd of 2022, regular board meeting, October 7th of 2022, special board meeting, and October 17th, 2022, special board meeting?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motion and second. Any discussion? All right, call the roll.
Give me a second. Trustee House,
Aye.
Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Steve,
Aye.
Trustee Holmes,
Aye.
and Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion approved.
All right.
Okay. Have a couple of things I'd like to just go over briefly tonight with everyone. Of course, you know, the upcoming elections are here, and I just want to give information out to anyone who's considering running for office, or if you know someone who's running, I just want to give you the information on the 2023 consolidated primary election. To qualify as a candidate, you must be a resident of Dolton. You have a voter's registration and citizenship. You must identify a party affiliation, and you cannot have any felonies. Nomination papers. I'm sure everyone's out getting petitions signed and so forth. So nomination petitions require 0.5% of the highest Democratic vote from the 2021 election, which I believe we had the highest vote was like 2021, which basically 0.5% of that is probably anywhere from 25 votes. That is the amount that is required. If you get more, that's fine. But the minimum amount that's required is 25 votes. Okay, so when the petitions are filed in the clerk's office, we will issue you a filing receipt and a notice of candidate's obligation to file and comply with campaign finance disclosure requirements, which is a D5 form. The clerk's office will comply with all FOIA requests for copies of nominating petitions as soon as possible. All documentation, once your petitions, your D3, all those documents that you bring in, we will scan them immediately in the system. So you have an option of requesting them electronically, or if you want the hard copy, we will provide both. Let me give you some important dates. The first day to file petition is Monday, November the 21st, 2022. The last day to file is Monday, November the 28th, 2022. And it's carrying over to Monday, 28th, because Thanksgiving is that Thursday and we are off that Friday. So Village Hall will be closed on Thursday and Friday of the week of the 21st. So therefore, the last day to file is November the 28th. The last day to file objections to the nominating petitions is Monday, December 5th. The last day to simultaneously petition filers lottery is Wednesday, December 7th. Ballot certification dates for February 28th, 2023 consolidated election is Thursday, December 22nd. The last day to file notarized declaration of intent to be a write-in candidate for the February 28th election is Thursday, December 29th. So these are just, we will post this information on the door so everyone will know that the clerk's office will be open as usual from Monday to Friday from 9 to 5, I apologize for that. And I will also give a copy of this to the media center so it can be posted on the website. So if you are not able to come up here, it hopefully will be on the website. So anyone who's running for any of the upcoming positions have information, important information that they need in order to run for the open positions, which are trustees. We have 3 positions that's available for election. I also want to just give you a brief update on FOIA requests in the clerk's office. Currently, we receive approximately 40 FOIA requests per week. That's just how many are coming into our office lately. We don't know why, but there's been a rash of FOIA requests coming into my office. Today, we have a total of 195 open FOIA requests. The longest has been open for 235 days. So let me explain to you, when we get a FOIA request, if it's something that requires another department to comply, we send it to them and we wait for them to respond to us. We log these things into our FOIA GovQA system just so we can track everything that's coming in and we're not missing anything. So I just wanted to give a report on that because I know a lot of people are asking about FOIAs and why they're not getting them answers, but just wanted to let you know where we're at. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
All right, next we have engineer's report.
Good evening, Mayor, Madam Clerk, trustees, department heads, residents from the village of Dolton. A couple of items to update you on. We currently have an alley paving project. That project is about for $700,000. Phase 1 is about 80% completed. Once we conclude putting the final surfaces and landscaping on those projects, we'll start a phase 2 in the spring of 2023. Phase 1 of the sidewalk project is 100% completed. This year, we spent over $100,000 on removing and replacing various sidewalks throughout the village. Phase 2 will try to start this year, weather pending. If not, then phase 2 will start in the spring of 2023. 2 exciting items I want to update the village on. Back in March of this year, the village applied for $400,000 for CDBG Cook County grant funding. The village received almost $250,000 from Cook County to repave streets next year. At the next board meeting, the Board of Trustees will receive an agreement and a resolution that has to be passed, authorizing the mayor and the clerk to sign that agreement and submit that agreement back to Cook County for us to receive the funding. Second project is the 140.
Ron, one
Yes.
second. I just want to add to that. We are announcing this publicly. Again, we go after the funds, and I just want to clarify what he's saying. We got money to do the same thing we just did this past year. The board will have the opportunity to basically agree on the agreement, sign it, and get it over so we can get the money to do the same process as relates to streets, alleys, sidewalks. We got another big amount came through. So I'm asking the board to read, check everything out, call Ron, ask your questions. So when we get to the board meeting, you guys approve it. All right, Ron.
The second project is the 144th Street project. We applied and we're about to be in receipt of $500,000 to repave 144th Street from Indiana to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. At the next board meeting, the village will be presented a resolution that has to be signed and approved and submitted to the state for us to move forward with this project so we can get on the end of this year's letting, so we can bid the project out the beginning of next year. And in the spring, we will start 144th Street. That's all I have for my report this evening, and I will entertain any questions that the board may have.
I got a question.
Sure, go ahead.
The CDBG grant money, I know their streets are picked ahead of time, right?
Yes, this project was applied for in March. The grant application was submitted and approved by the board because you have to sign the grant application and a resolution has to accompany a board. Now, this happened back in March of this year. So those streets were selected back then. And those streets can only be in those areas that are 51% low to mod area. So there's only a couple of areas throughout the village that you can apply for that funding for.
Okay, yes, sir.
All right.
Can be recognized, please?
Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to say I think that's great news. Thank you, and thank you for the advance notice.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. Appreciate it. And I told y'all we gonna get the money. We've been going after it. We've been fixing up the community, and we need a lot of infrastructure to be repaired. So I just want to thank everybody that been keep pushing me and telling me to keep moving forward, because I never stop turning over rocks and going after dollars that's I feel is owed to Dolton, because we had neglect for so long. Now it's a new day. And y'all see that the progress is actually happening. So I thank you for that, Ron. Next on the agenda is committee reports. First, we have Police Trustee Holmes.
Thank you. First, I'd like to say, before the cold weather sets in, officers will continue the traffic safety enforcement details. That's including the stop sign enforcement, speed enforcement, and safety checks. Project Connect community meeting will be January the 26th, 2023. And on election day, all officers will be patrolling the polling places. The next police committee meeting should be coming up next week. I'll check with the two trustees' schedule. We should have more safety locks that should be in this week. That way we can distribute them out at this police committee meeting. I'm going to let the chief update you on 4 major incidents that have happened in Dolton. He would do that on his police report. He would go talk to you about where we are at in investigations on certain crimes that should be solved and will be solved as soon as he gets to his police report. Thank you, Mayor.
All right. Next, we have Monday Fitness.
Yes. Can I make an announcement on behalf of Tammy?
Okay, I'm gonna
President?
do you, and then
Okay.
you can just add her report to yours.
Okay.
So next, we have Public Works, Trustee Steves.
Thank you. Thank you. I would like to, I talked to Stacy, and I would like to just get a little bit more transparency on, I see the trees being cut. I see the alleys being done. It's just what alleys being done, how they're picked. That's a concern of mine, how the alleys are being picked. And so I talked to Stacy, and then I talked to you, Mayor, and we had the conversation. about how the alleys is being picked. So hopefully, when I have this committee meeting, that the department head can come and ask some questions about transparency, about how the alleys are being picked, what trees are being cut. Is there a list of alleys? Is there a list of trees? I'm sure there is. I just would like to see it. And that's it for my report on Public Works. On Melanie Fitness with Trustee Brown is going through some serious issues with her mother. So she hasn't been here the last few meetings, so say a prayer for her. She's dealing with some serious issues with her mother where she has to be at home with her. So that's why she's been missing these past few meetings. So keep Trustee Brown and her mother in your prayers. And that's it for me.
All right. Next we have fire, Trustee Belcher.
No report at this time tonight.
Next we have youth, Trustee Norbert.
Thank you, Mayor. We're currently working with our local elementary schools so we can provide free books to all grade levels, thanks to the WOW Formula Learning Network. We'll also have a youth committee meeting the week of the 21st. And now to all the business owners in Dolton that watches our meetings, I'd like to let you all know that we are currently we have some youth in our neighborhood who, in our youth empowerment program, who are looking for jobs. So if anyone is hiring, we are looking to hire our youth through our Dolton Village program, where we'll have the meeting next week, on the 21st, and I'll have more information. We're also having a housing committee meeting at the end of this month where I have some exciting news regarding the South Suburban Land Bank. So just look out for the announcement for the dates that will be out from you. Thank you.
Next we have Finance, Trustee Huff.
Thank you very much. Brief report. We were able to have our Finance Committee meeting last week, Tuesday, November 1st. That meeting has been recorded and is posted on the Dolton Trustees YouTube and Facebook page. So I would encourage that anybody that was not able to attend, that they please go check it out if you're interested in what's happening with the financial status for the Village of Dolton. To those that were able to attend, we appreciate your attendance. Look to just keep everybody informed. Separate from that, looking at the financial report that as it was given to us through September 30th, which is 5 months into our fiscal year, the general fund was reporting a financial deficit of $2.8 million. Again, a matter that I would say is of concern to the board. I would ask that Mayor Administration please advise what's happening or what plans are being taken. That would be my ask. That concludes my report. Thank you.
All right, next we have department reports. Police, Chief Collins.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, trustees, Madam Clerk, fellow department heads, and residents. During the month of October, the police department responded to 1,475 calls for service. We'll probably end the year around somewhere near 25,000 calls that we responded to. Last month, we issued 70 traffic citations, 281 parking citations, and made 38 criminal arrests and served 1 arrest warrant. What we are having in town, what's happening is the thefts of Kias and the Hyundais have gone up. There had been some social media video that shows the vulnerabilities in the ignition system of these particular types of cars. And a lot of youth out there are attempting this and taking these cars. So what the mayor and Trustee Holmes plan on doing in the very near future is anyone who's a Dolton resident, you have to be a resident. If you have a Kia or if you have a Hyundai, we're going to give you the Club Auto Theft device. No charge, just so we can help reduce the likelihood of your vehicle being taken, because it has become an epidemic, not just here in Dolton, but pretty much across the nation with these cars. Hopefully the companies Kia and Hyundai will realize what's happening with their product and put some type of system in it to prevent this. I'd like to give an update on a few major cases. We hear about these cases that happen in the shootings and the homicides, but what you don't hear is the aftermath of what happens during the investigations. A lot of cases are being solved. There are some cases that need more leads in order to be solved, but I'll give you an update on these. The funnel cake man, which was in the news quite a bit. The Funnel Cake Man homicide, every person that was involved in it was identified. The main suspect is in custody in another state awaiting charges while our investigators still pursue murder charges. The Greenwood Liquors, all persons have been identified, including a juvenile who participated in this. The church gymnasium off of 142nd, suspect was identified and taken into custody and charged. Just down the street here at MLK and Lincoln, suspect still has been identified, and this armored car robbery still under investigation by the FBI, and we have received some leads that the FBI will be following up on. I also like to report on, there's a particular area in Dolton at Lincoln and Sibley, the U.S. Bank parking lot there where a lot of incidents occurred. The week before last, we had a meeting with a lot of the business owners in that area to see what we can do to better boost the security of that area. We came up with some good ideas. A lot of the business owners did participate in this, and particularly the Maxwell Street has offered their assistance on how to shore up that particular area. So we are in communication with all of them so we can better secure that area. And what I'm hoping when that does is, as we continue to go down Sibley, we continue to engage the business owners so we can all have a partnership and how to better secure these particular areas. Which leads me to the holidays. During the holidays, you must remain aware of your surroundings. Whenever you leave a store, go into a parking lot, please be aware of your surroundings. Take a moment to look around before you leave the store. Look and see who's in the parking lot. Look and see who might be casing the area. Make eye contact with people. What the criminals don't want is eye contact. They don't want to be made. So what you probably should not do is have your head down looking at your phone, text messaging, or looking at social media. Just make sure you are aware of your surroundings. Keep 911 ready to go in your phone, just in case anything happens. And if you can, go out in groups, 2 or 3. There's always safety in numbers. The last thing I want to report on, Trustee Holmes touched on a little bit, is about Election Day tomorrow. We will have officers especially patrolling the polling places. Now, what police officers cannot do legally is enter these polling places. We cannot enter and remain there unless there is a disturbance going on inside the polling place. Then an election judge or another polling place worker can invite us in to handle whatever's taking place. Then we must leave right away. So if you have an issue like a theft or anything like that, come outside of the polling place so we can take care of business out there, because we cannot enter on Election Day. Thank you, Mayor. That's the end of my report.
All right, thank you. Next, we have Fire Chief McKay.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Madam Clerk, trustees, department heads, and residents of Dolton. Through the calendar year, the Dolton Fire Department has responded to 4,662 emergency incidents, 3,062 for ambulance calls, and 1,600 for fire and motor vehicle accidents. The last month of October was extremely busy for us as far as accidents on major thoroughfares on Sibley Boulevard, as well as I-94, and several house fires that we attended to and mitigated, as well as several traumatic calls that we went to with the police department, as the chief spoke of. So it's been a very busy year. Training wise, the fire department has been on the forefront working with the other departments in our Mavis division. Fire hydrant testing has been completed for the calendar year. A list will be forwarded to Superintendent Carell as well as Ron Smith to replace the damaged out of service hydrants. And the ones that we were unable to get this calendar year will pick up in the springtime when the weather thaws out. The crews completed their public education details at the local schools, and I'd like to give a shout out to my guys for working hard the last month, making sure that the public was educated and being a community stakeholder with our kids and making sure our hydrants were working. So thank you to the members of the Dolton Fire Department for going above and beyond the month of October. Daylight savings time just happened, so please make sure you replace the batteries in your smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. We like to do that twice a year, spring forward and fall back. So please remember to take care of that. And lastly, St. Margaret's North Hospital in Hammond is officially closing. So that's going to put a negative impact on our healthcare system, with the closest hospitals still being Ingalls. However, the secondary closest would be Roseland. So it's going to create overcrowdingness within the hospital system, since approximately 7,000 to 8,000 ambulance calls from the surrounding area that go to Hammond are now going to have to be dispersed to the other area hospitals. So it may be delays in getting ambulances back into our community since they'll be tied up in the hospital. So something to look at as we try to come up with solutions for that. If there's any other thing, that would complete my report at this time. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, we have Public Works, Stacy Carrera.
Good evening, all. Productivity report for October 2022. Public Works completed 2 water shutoff valve repairs, 1 emergency water shutoff, 3 water main breaks, 10 sewer inspections, 2 sewer repairs, 6 sewers have been cleaned, 11 street lights have been repaired, 1 restoration job, 13 trees cut down, 6 trees trimmed, 5 handicap signs installed, 10 stop signs repaired, 2 alleys cleaned and cut, 4 vacant lots cut, 4 vacant houses cut. And also the Public Works mechanics have completed 4 jobs to the housing department, 2 jobs to the police department, 1 job to the fire department, and 22 jobs to the Public Works department. Fall announcements: Homewood Disposal will be ending the brown bag pickup as of November 30th. So if you have any brown bags that need to be picked up, please give them a call at 708-798-1004. And I would also like to send a special shout out to the Public Works Department, the ladies and gentlemen that came out this Saturday's windstorm. We had about 15 trees fall, and the Public Works Department was out and about throughout the community, cleaning up these trees and limbs that had fallen onto private and public property. And we made sure we cleaned up in a timely fashion so that everyone can travel safely. So I would like to shout out the men and women in the Public Works Department. Mayor, that concludes my report.
All right, next we have Housing, Building and Permits, William Moore.
Good evening, Mayor, Clerk, trustees, directors, and to you, the precious residents in the Village of Dolton. Actually, I have 2 reports I'll give. A total on some of the high-level items that we did receive this month. My report for October for housing, we had a revenue generated of $39,910. 24 rental license fees, total $2,600. 36 as-is inspection fees, a total $8,755. 23 escrow checks deposit, $18,000. 46 housing tickets, a total of $7,545. And for a building and permits report, we had a total revenue of $48,376.28. I'll give a high level of those numbers as well. We had 60 building permits at $30,397.91. 23 contractor licenses, totaling $7,875. And 23 plumbing permits, the total $6,103.37. Mayor, at this time, that concludes my report. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Next we have corporate bills, Trustee House.
Thank you very much. I will read the first one on the list, which is electronic warrants list for September 30th, 2022. That has corporate payments of $85,527.91. Water fund register payments, $351,037.30. Sewer fund register, $1,049.28. Melanie Fitness Center register, $162.86. Total corporate payments for the September 30th electronic warrant list, $437,777.35. I motion that we approve this warrant, this payment list.
All right, you want to go through each one?
I would like to do them separately, please, Mayor.
Right, I'm saying, you want to explain each one and then do the motions?
No, I want to do September, then we'll move to October after the vote has been taken.
Is there a motion to approve the electronic warrant list for September 30th of 2022?
So move.
Second.
Is there a second?
Belcher.
Who second?
Belcher.
All right. Any discussion? All right, cholera.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
And Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next on the agenda is corporate bills for the AP warrant list from October 3rd of 2022. And just for the record, residents, this is the warrant list that did not get paid for the month of October. We did not pay one bill due to the fact the Board of Trustees did not want to approve any bills. So that means your light, your gas, your water, your insurance, everything was at a halt. So I'm hoping and I'm asking the Board of Trustees to please pay the bills so we can move forward with the operations of this village. Trustee House.
Okay, just as a point of clarity, the board called a special board meeting in an attempt to pass that list as well, but it was taken into court by the mayor's office, and the court ordered that no bills be paid. So the board made every effort to pay the bills for that month. Having said that, the October 3rd warrant list, corporate payments, $2,134,239.19. Manual AP checks, $56,192.58. Gross payroll September 9th, $383,180.64. Gross payroll September 23rd, $409,602.92. Melanie Fitness Center register, $45,888.95. Gross payroll September 9th, $428.05. Gross payroll for September 23rd at the Melanie Fitness, $428.05. Total corporate payments on this list, $3,029,960.38. My motion is to pay this list, removing the following items. On page 1 of the list, affordable party planners, $4,150. Page 8, Farley Williams, $3,000. Page 8, Fioretti Campbell Law, $32,924.70. 5-star on page 9, $398,400 even. Gafska Roofing on page 9, $48,000. Hammond Fence, $19,602.75 on page 10. JKCS, $15,000 on page 11. JMA Architects, $9,610 on page 11. Johnny Jefferson, $8,333.33, page 12. K&M Ventures, $46,000, page 12. Karen Gordon, $800, page 12. Quick Rink Synthetic Ice, $105,444 even on page 12. Laurel's Four Season, $10,620 on page 12. MBD Solutions, $59,300 on page 14. Michael G. Earhart, $1,350, page 15. Michael J. Casper, $19,280, page 15. Oak Construction, $46,500, page 16. Positive Minds, $2,500, page 17. Raoul and Sons Landscaping, $38,775, page 18. Rogers Roofing, $64,214.67, page 18. Santee Shannon, $3,500 on page 19. White Coal Pool Solutions, $44,192.50, page 21. And all manual checks written on the warrant list. My motion is to approve the bills, removing the items listed.
All right, is there a second? Okay, any discussion?
Yeah, may I be recognized?
Okay, and then I'm out to you. Go ahead.
What I don't understand is if people are doing the work, why they can't get paid? You all had a DJ, and he wanted to get paid. I was willing to pay him $450 out of my pocket. But if people are doing the work and they're doing the work for the community, I don't understand why they can't get paid. Why you're separating stuff? This is another example why we can't move this village along. If we have the funds to pay the people when they do the work, it's just like somebody coming in your home. They come in your home, do the work, they're expecting you to pay them. They have families too. We need to think about that. We can't keep staying in the hole. We're trying to build this village together. It's first, say you want to come together, you want to work together. And I say it over and over again, there's an office downstairs. There's rooms here. You can hash out what you got to hash out there, but when you hire somebody to do this work, them people are expected to get paid. They got to feed their family too.
May I be recognized?
Well, if I can ask, was that rhetorical or was that question for me?
One second. He made his statement, so let me make mine. So just to clear this up so the residents and everybody know what's going on. Basically, this Board of Trustees have put the village in financial despair. They put us in court several different times. If anyone's not following, they cost us over $600,000 for a recall for this attorney to get paid off of. Now, all the things they said before this, such as Trustee Norwood about let's work together, let's do this, let's do that. All they have to ever do, and I tell them this over and over, is call my phone. I'm willing to talk. I'm willing to work with a board that's willing to work with me. What's a shame is why we ended up in court. We ended up in court when it came to this October, let me get the date, this October warrant list, October 3rd, 2022 warrant list, when Trustee Jason House and this clerk right here, Clerk Key, have went to the bank to remove me off the bank account. Let me tell you how deep this gets. Trustee Keys and your attorney, that attorney right there, well, clerk, okay, Clerk Key, and that attorney right there goes into the bank to remove me, your mayor, off the bank account. So y'all should ask yourself, why are they going through so many great lengths to remove me when the law state the mayor and the clerk is the ones on the bank account to put Trustee House on the bank account? This way y'all need to open your eyes at so you can understand what is truly going on. It's a money grab, a power grab for the village of Dolton. They keep talking about deficit, but you keep trying to pay this attorney. I motioned for court because I tried to stop them from paying that attorney right here, that $600,000. So when we went to court, the judge stopped everything. She didn't want to hear anything. She said she's gonna wait to do the hearing, and she stopped every payment possible and said she was only going to allow us to do payroll, which is to pay people that work for the village of Dolton. But unfortunately, what people don't understand is that people that do have a business, they work for the village of Dolton, and that is how they pay people in order to basically pay their bills. So they might be on a warrant list and they might say a company. But then this board of trustees attacks every single person. And it's a shame that they're doing that, because the things that Trustee House just removed from the warrant list is the things that I created for you. So because we're moving so rapidly and we're taking care of the business and you guys are actually happy about the things that's going on in the village, it's not paid with taxpayer dollars, it's paid with grant money, such as your windows, your roofs, your things you're getting done in the village you never ever saw in the history of Dolton for any mayor. So now that I'm shaking and I'm moving this village forward, they have a problem with it, and they want to take the payments from those that's actually helping us. The names that he named on this have been still moving, even though they haven't received a dime from this village for a whole entire month. They have continued to work and build out, whether it's doing somebody's roof, doing somebody's window, but they're not going to keep working without being paid. So this is nothing but try to tie my hands, because I won't pay this man right here for their recall. I'm not going to pay it. I sued each and every last one of these board members, including the clerk, so they can understand that they are not going to wasteful spend your money to make sure they pay the $600,000 back for the false recall that did not work. So when you hear about all these things, ask questions, because people put out poison lies. And always remember, when the hate don't work, they start telling lies, because they need someone to believe their foolery. Because all we had to do is work together from day one. Day one, I ran with these individuals. Day one, I put Jason and Kiana on my ticket as trustees, not knowing that they was backstabbing me in the beginning just to sit here and do a power grab to do a recall. And when you're going to recall somebody, recall yourselves. Put it up for everybody when you make laws. Don't make it good for one and it ain't good for you. And that's what I didn't understand why they did it. Now I see. Now, Trustee House, I'm asking you to add those bills back in, because these people, meaning these contractors, these moms and dads, that lady that cleans up the police station, that does all the blood removal and everything, she's a Mexican lady. She ain't got no ties to politics. Won't y'all put her stuff back in there? Because she was in my office crying about she ain't got her check, and several other people were. So you guys need to stop wanting so much control and help the people. If you truly stand for what you ran for, which is to serve the people, then serve the people. They have earned the check. They've earned the right to get their money. Y'all got upset when y'all didn't get paid, right? So give them their money. All I'm asking you to do is do what's right. The money is coming from a grant, especially with the ice arena right here on 144th and Greenwood. You guys know that I ordered the ice, and this board, once again, here we go, It's in here, and you just took it out once again to buy the ice so that we can have a festival holiday for Thanksgiving. That's it. So you don't want kids to ice skate? Like, come on. Y'all got to at least have a heart. I know it's election time and everybody want to throw blows and go back and forth, but I think y'all need to have a heart and actually do what's right and put the money back in there so people can live their lives. They waited 30 days to get paid, and now you're going to make them suffer another 30 days? The holidays is coming up. They got bills to pay. So I wish you guys will stop what you're doing, go reevaluate. I'll wait, meaning today, and you guys put the items back in there for a vote because the people need their money. Go ahead, trustee.
My brief comment, just clearing up. Our attorney's bills are not $600,000. Our attorney's bills have reached approximately between $200,000 to $250,000. Just in point of clarity, my report earlier, deficit $2.9 million. It's not numbers I made up. There's not, if it's grant money, then the grant will go specifically to those expenses, and all the grant money also goes into the same account. So, but my concern again is the village deficit. So as we talk about it, and I'm equally willing to sit down and have a conversation, had a finance committee meeting to have a similar discussion last week, and we were, and the committee showed up and there was no participation from the other side. So my concern, just to state it clearly, is the deficit that's coming, is the deficit for the village of Dolton. And yes, we do need to work together to come up with a plan that is affordable for the residents of the village of Dolton, and a plan that's something that we can collectively move forward. Thank you very much, Mayor.
Trustee House, please stop. You keep talking about a deficit, but yet you turned in all these bills for all these people, but you're talking about a deficit. But you keep saying you want to pay all your friends all this money, but yet you don't want to pay the people that truly did the work, but you want to pay your friends. Please stop with the lies. Pay the people what's due and what's owed to them. That's all I keep asking you. Stop sitting here holding them hostage because you're infighting with myself and the board as a whole. Please stop. All I'm asking you to do is make it right and approve all the bills. That's all I'm asking. And then let me give you an example. You went so fast with reading them. I'm gonna need you to back up or give us a list of the items that you want removed. You removed somebody that just did a work which was paid with MFT funds. Again, not even money from the village. What was it? For the concrete work that was due to the police department. The police department just got a whole entire parking lot, and it cost the $300,000. So if you guys will ask questions, you keep saying go to the committee meeting. We don't have to come to a committee meeting. All you have to do is pick up the phone if y'all have questions. Why do we have to get here to go back and forth? If y'all had questions, I know for a fact, because I was told my village administrator to reach out to you guys and ask any questions before we got here. Y'all talk about people running to y'all and tell y'all to stop doing all this bickering back and forth, but yet no one calls with the questions. But when we get here, we grandstand, we put on the show, we say, I got questions, I'm through it at the finance meeting. Your finance meeting at the end of the month. So they gotta wait another 30 days to basically get paid. And you could have asked these questions because this was all the way in October. All the way in October, y'all had the opportunity to ask questions, right? Here we are, and we got 2 warrant lists on here. So are you telling me today that the people not gonna continue to get their roofs and windows done before the weather break, trustee?
Well, my motion stands. So if the board would like to make amendments, they are
No,
free to
I'm
do
asking
so.
you. I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Are you not going to allow the seniors and veterans that's on hold right now to get their windows and roof completed before the weather breaks, trustee? Because these vendors pay for shingles, pay for tarps, pay for windows, already ordered because they knew they was getting paid. So are you telling me you're not gonna put that or amend that back into this?
Mayor, the motion stands.
Y'all remember that.
May I be
So
recognized?
Jason House don't care. Hold on, trustee. Do not care that you guys are completed, that you guys get what's owed to you because we already started the process. And residents, please stand up. Please say something. Please get to that podium and you let them know how you feel. Because you tell me all the time, but now y'all tell them. Because I've asked, I plead, and nothing's happened. Nothing's happened. It's like they want us to just be at gridlock. They don't want nothing to move. And I get it. You want your attorney paid. And I keep telling you, guys should pay him for that wasteful spending that you guys created going back and forth to court. That's what you guys should do. But pay the people their money because they actually doing the services for the residents. All those trees that y'all just got cut down, all that concrete y'all just got poured came from all the vendors he just took out of the warrant list. So what are you upset about, trustee? He can't give no answer. He want to keep saying it stands. Why? Just tell them why you do not want to approve them vendors when they got the services done. Trustee.
Mayor, I have, just to restate, I have 2.9 million reasons. That's my reason. Thank you, Mayor.
Trustee, that's not a valid reason. If I'm telling you and you know for a fact it's coming from grant money, how does that have anything to do with what you claiming, which is false, but what you're claiming? How? You still can pay for these people's items. And you still sitting there not wanting to pay for their items. And this is the main reason why I try to explain to everybody why government is divided. You have the legislative branch and you have the executive branch, which is myself. So when you sit here and try to give the legislative branch power, this is what they do. They nickel and dime and try to muscle the mayor into doing things for their friends and their cronies. I would never do that. So all I'm asking you today, again, and I know you're not going to do it, and I'm going to put it on the record, it's for the record, Clerk Key, make sure you take care of the residents, because right now you're not. You guys only do things that benefit you guys. Any ordinance, any laws y'all make up, it's to benefit you at the taxpayer's expense. You're not talking about a deficit when you're spending their money for your benefit, but why won't you talk about the money, why it's spending for their benefit, such as the grant money, which we have. We have $3 million. We got 1.5 million the first time, and now we got another 1.5 million. So we have money to do what you're saying we cannot do, trustee.
May I be recognized?
No comment, trustee.
May I be recognized?
You just not gonna pay for nobody's stuff. His
Mayor,
time coming. His time coming.
There are 5 other trustees. They are free to vote how they feel.
I understand it's 5 other trustees, but I'm asking you. By you being a senior trustee, I'm asking you. And I think you should do what's right. You was on my ticket. We ran for this dream team. We ran on the vision of helping the people. And I need you to step up right now and help these people, Jackson.
I understand the desires to continue a back and forth. I'm just not going to entertain it.
This isn't about back and forth. This is about helping the people. Put their items back in the motion. Amend the motion and pay for their items so we can continue with their roof and their windows and the rink over here, the ice rink that we're building now. Put that back in there. And any other trustee can amend that as well that's sitting up here. So y'all let me know if anybody gonna amend it, because we're gonna be right here until we fix this. Go ahead, trustee.
May I be recognized? Thank you.
Go ahead.
My mic on? There's a level of transparency that has to happen. When she was trustee, she used to say, can we get an RFP? Can we get some clarity on the vendors you're using? None of these vendors have come before the board. No RFP, nothing. $2.8 million in deficit right now. That's already here. And what we're doing is asking questions. If we spend money like this, it's reckless. Reckless. Let me, since she said we want to pay our friends, let me tell you what the judge said. Again, I point out there is no evidence at this point that the board is engaged in any usurping of veto power. They rushed to write checks without giving the mayor the opportunity during this period of time. So they're saying there's no evidence for trying to pay our friends or doing anything illegal. That's what the judge said. If the mayor can pay and spend what she wants, why are we up here then? There's no transparency. Then we get it on the warrant list. As far as the DJ Greg, we paid him. That was our DJ. There was people out of my MS walk that still haven't got paid to this day. That's the reality. She won't pay it. And because she feels it's against her, whatever it was for us, we're not paying no friends. We don't have the power to pay no friends. We're just paying their attorneys for the services that's rendered. She paid her attorney. She paid Fair Ready to Casper. These people who did stuff for her, our attorneys entitled to get paid for doing work, period. So there's no, but on the other hand, there's a whole lot of allegations of the mayor, wrongful expenditures, issuing checks by the mayor without board approval. You have a board to approve bills. The mayor is not supposed to pay anything that the board hasn't approved. That's why we're up here. And if we're already $2.8 million in a deficit and we're only 4 or 5 months in, 5 months in, we're $2.8 million. At this time of the month in politics, or in government, you get lean in these time of the months because property taxes are slow to come in. You don't get your big bulk of your property taxes till January, February. Wintertime, you get slim and you don't do no big expenditures because you got water main breaks coming up in the wintertime. You got to have a rainy day fund. These are things that we got to be prepared for. But this mayor is spending without no board approval. What's the expenditures of an ice skating rink? What's it going to cost to maintain it? We know none of that. None of that. And then we get up here and just ask questions. We're berated like we don't want to help the people. You voted for us to watch the taxpayers' money. And we're telling you, we're not making it up. You're the finance committee meeting. The department heads didn't even come to answer the question. These could have been answered at the finance committee meeting. That's why you have finance committee meetings. You have department heads come, you ask questions. Before, department heads were always mandatory to attend the trustees committee meetings. They don't come to our committee meetings at all. When we had the committee meeting, if the administration would have been there, we could have asked these questions there, but they don't come. So we have to ask it here because we're not getting it. That's the reality. So the court voted. We did not do anything wrong. We ain't trying to pay no friends. We ain't trying to do no, we trying to get, like Trustee Holmes said, people who did the work paid. Or like I said, my MSWAP, people still didn't get paid to this day. It won't, and we send it in, it won't get on the warrant list. So we're not, we can always grandstand, and none of us want to go back and forth. But if we sit here and be quiet when we see the taxpayers' money being blown, ran through like a kid in a candy shop, we have to say something. We're neglecting ourselves and your taxpayers' money if we don't say something. So I know we're gonna say, well, we want to help the people. Don't you want to help them? But you never ask the grant money. We don't even what grant money we got in, what donations we got in. We just said we got donations for the basketball court. We don't get that was all on the warrant list for us to pay for the taxpayers' money. I'm not making this stuff up. So moving forward, we have to be responsible for the money because Trustee House said already $2.8 million in a deficit already, only 4 or 5 months in, and we're going into the winter months with water main breaks and reckless spending. We can't maintain at this level right now. That's where it's at. And I'm not here. It's not me grandstanding. This is just the reality. And when you hear from the other side about we trying to do this, we trying to do that, and you say that's all sound good, but it's not based on 100% truth. It's not. Thank you.
Okay, let's clear a couple things up that you just lied to the people as always about. One, Casper, which is one of my attorneys, have never been paid. And y'all can foil anything I'm saying. Delgado, my attorney right here, haven't been paid since February? About February. But he still comes to the meetings. He still be our attorney for the village and protects the village, take on the lawsuits and take care of the business. My staff is not here for the infighting, the drama, the political retaliation, none of that. So when y'all invite them to a meeting, y'all make sure they equipped with what they need when it comes to a meeting. They're not coming there to get bamboozled and say, got you. What about this? What about that? Make sure they're prepared. So when you ask your question, they have the answer. But you guys do it for a show. They have families. So they are not, how can I say this? I don't make them come to your meetings until you give them what you need. You give them what they need, then they can come to your meetings. We have no issues with that. But if y'all have questions, y'all can call them prior to, and they will get answered. Half of them answer every single question that you guys ask of them. As relates to the ARPA funds, which is the grant money, I don't know nobody that's gonna come and do a complete tear off of a roof for the amount of $5,000 to $6,000. That's why it's so important to have relationships, which I do have. So when that individual said they would do it and several others agreed, and I think at another board meeting, I announced it when Brian was here, we had 11 contractors. We was reaching out. I posted it. Everybody posted it for contractors to come and join this movement. I've been talking about this since I became mayor when I first initiated the roof and window program. And we only was down to 3 left that actually is doing over 500 people in the village of Dolton. And then it was $2,000 for the windows. So where can you find somebody that's going to accept them price points and do the masses of community? Just somebody that want to see your community grow. So when y'all talking about all this and that, y'all could have mentioned any of this a year ago, 2 years ago, because now it's election time, no one said anything as related to anything that was going on. We was just getting things done, and now today it's a problem. Why is it a problem? Because they don't benefit from it. Matter of fact, Trustee Ed Steve just asked me to do his roof. So if I'm not including y'all, then it's a whole problem. So I just want y'all to understand that that's what it made up. I didn't make that up. I didn't make that up. Trust me, I didn't make that up. So if it's not beneficial to them, then it cannot go for you. So that is my issue when it comes to that. Then ask yourself this. When they talk about control and America do whatever she want and this, that is not true. Anybody that follows budgets and things of that nature, when we approve a budget, guess what? They approve what it is that I can spend as a mayor. It's already accounted for, and basically I just go off the line item and we spend the money that's allocated for us to spend in Dolton. So that's how we've been doing things in Dolton. When it comes to control, you got to understand, I am your mayor. You voted for me by 82%. So that means you entrusted me with the village to do what's right and make sure that I took care of the business. So if they want to control me, then who control the trustees? Because they can go back and forth. So if 5 of them want to control me, then who controls the board members? So you got to understand how the government branch works. So I'm asking once again for this board of trustees to humble themselves, have some love in your heart for these residents, and give them what's owed to them, what's due to them, what they waited for 8 years. And I know for a fact, because I've gotten emails, I've gotten texts and calls as related to, thank you, Mayor, for cutting my tree down. Thank you, Mayor, for filling my hole. Thank you, Mayor, for doing my street. Thank you, Mayor, for doing my alley. Something never been done in history of Dolton. They've all are grateful for what is going on in this movement. I don't understand how you guys, 5 of you, are sitting here trying to stop progress. Right now, Dolton is on the move, but it's on the move with just myself and Trustee Holmes. He's the only trustee that votes and give what the residents need and desire as it relates to making you whole and doing beautification throughout our community. So I'm asking again, because y'all keep talking about, hey, let's work together, let's this, let's that. So let's start today. Let's make the residents whole, and let's amend your emotions and put the roof and window program back in there so we can continue to give them what they need.
May I be recognized, Mayor?
Hold on,
Go ahead, Trustee.
I got to clear something now. I asked for a roof. This is what, we want to talk, we want to communicate. She called me at 10:30 one evening, which was, I appreciate the call. We had a good conversation. I asked her about my alley. Both alleys on 142nd side and 144th side has been done. My alley hasn't been done. So I asked her, can I get my alley done? And then I asked for the list of alleys, how you picking the alleys. Remember when she was a trustee, she said, I'm calling myself the tree lady because I want a list of the trees. How you cutting these trees, man? How you cutting these trees? How are you doing these alleys? There's no transparency at all. And so to say I want a roof, come on, that's just crazy. But it's just, I asked for my alley and that's where we're at. But it's not, it's, of course, people are tired of the back and forth argument, but we're asking for the transparency of the taxpayers' money. That's what we elected to do. It's not about control. It's not about the control. If that's the case about the control, the judge wouldn't rule in our favor to keep you off the account. The judge ruled in our favor to keep you off the account and keep Jason House and the clerk on the account because they seen no malfeasance or no wrongful doing on our part. But they chose to keep you off the account because they seen all the wrong spending and I say the crazy uncontrolled spending that you're doing. So they seen that. So the judge ruled in our favor on that. That's it.
Okay. All right. So let's clear that up real quick. And let me tell y'all something, because I need y'all to actually go read, and it is a transcript of what happened in court. So you will understand who's telling the truth and who's lying up here. And then my attorney right here, I'll let him chime in on what happened in court. No, the judge did not find me of doing any wrongdoing. Stop it. What the judge said was that she was not hearing the case right now. She left everything the same. Everybody up here that's included had to give their evidence as it relates to the case of the court. She put it out for 150 days before she's going to hear anything related to this situation. But what she did do is tie their hands, because she saw that they was trying to pay their attorney, and she said, guess what? Nothing can go on the warrant list without the mayor's approval. Yes, she left it the same. And yes, the trustee house is a signer on the account with the clerk. But what I'm trying to explain to you guys is how y'all allow him to convince y'all to put him on the bank account when he is in trouble or has been in trouble with the feds. So if y'all follow up with everything going on in the community, y'all will understand what's going on. And these are facts. This is stuff people mess up money all day long. I keep telling y'all when I say I'm real big on second chances, I'm real big on second chances. But guess what? Some people just don't get caught, but they are in trouble. Some people get caught and then they got to get a life sentence of just, oh, you wrong. But some people, guess what? Walking around with the same burden as another person did not get caught. So what I'm saying is y'all allow this man to go on the bank account. Y'all didn't do any of your research, your homework. Y'all didn't do nothing. But I guess it's good, huh? Because everybody got their hand in the cookie jar. So all I'm saying to you is all I try to do is protect the residents, speak out, tell y'all what's going on. I've done nothing wrong. I never do anything wrong because I grew here, as I always say. The rest of them flew here. I'm going to always try to increase and make Dolton better and make Dolton proud. Right now, y'all happy with the outcome and the resources that you're getting that you never, ever got before. And I keep telling them that all they had to do is get along with each other, including myself. And all I'm saying is that everybody going to have their day in court. Everybody, including the clerk, because she included herself in it, and the clerk should stay out of the mess because the clerk she's not a vote, but she decided to do all that little finicky stuff with bank accounts. And I just want everybody to know y'all should watch what you do and protect yourself. Don't just go with the get along game just because y'all see everybody shaking and moving. Pay attention, read, and don't let nobody convince you to do something that might hurt you later. Because later on, when it come out, you be like, dang, the mayor was telling the truth. No matter what anybody's saying up here. And then I don't want to never bring nobody else in about the roof that he asked me for. So I'm going to leave that alone. But I don't have to lie when people ask me to do things because they not benefiting from it. All I'm asking is everybody to conclude what y'all think should happen and put back in the motion to do the roofs and the windows. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
May I be recognized?
Go ahead.
Just 2 points of clarity. You just stated, and it was on the transcript, that anything that went on the warrant list had to be approved by you. We did receive an email from our corporate counsel, which is Ansel and Glink, that requested to have their invoices put on the warrant list, and it wasn't put on the warrant list. And also, for clarification, you stated that Delgado hadn't been paid since February, when August 31st, 2022, check number 83440, they were paid $27,842. So they have been paid since February. So I just want to make that clear and for the record, because you are right. They did say, the judge did say it's approved by you, but be fair to everyone. Since you're saying people that's doing the work should get paid, there's other people out here that's doing the work should get paid. So you shouldn't pick and choose who you're going to pay. You should pay everybody.
And the attorney just said that was for the February bill. So whatever you're
it says July 2022 legal services now. So if it's put
trustee-
in wrong through my viewpoint, then you need to do something about your finance director.
your attitude was so stanky. But trustee, that was for the February bill. So I'm putting that into record. It don't matter.
Please put it into record. It says July 2022 legal services.
Okay, that's fine. So that's what the attorney just said. So thank you. Next.
Sure.
Anybody else?
Yes. Go ahead, Jay.
If I can be recognized, just Trustee Steve getting the new roof. I got the feds. I would encourage the mayor to put any evidence that she has and post it and circulate it. My background is free and clear for anybody to check. Exactly. So I feel free to say it, and that will conclude my response to that. And I'll let the mayor go back to her tantrum.
Okay, but okay, 1 second. So Jason, if you're gonna say something, then tell the people what the feds got you for them. Why was they at the healthcare custodian, which you worked at, and you was over the bank account, over right here at the U.S. Bank, and they walked you out, took your computer, seized your stuff. Talk to them then. You want to tell them? Talk to them. Tell the people. Talk to them. They right here.
This your fictional story.
No, it ain't fictional. Ain't nothing fictional about it. Tell them. You say transparency. Do you want to tell them about that?
Hey, y'all want to hear a good story? Keep talking to the mayor.
Right, exactly. He's not gonna tell his stuff, but I know his stuff. So that's that. Go ahead.
I just
Clerk.
have a point of clarity.
Go ahead, Clerk.
Point of clarity. When we were elected in office, myself and the mayor were authorized signers on the bank account. So I didn't just get on the account. I've been on the account since I became the clerk. What the problem is I refuse to sign off on checks that have not been approved by this board, because that is an oath that I took. That was an oath that I agreed to follow the Constitution. And if the ordinances are not being followed correctly, I am not going to move forward and sign a check that has not been approved, because that is what our ordinance state. So I just want to clear that up for the record. I'm not picking a sign aside. I'm doing my job.
Yeah. Well, I wish you would have done your job and made sure that Jason House didn't get on the bank account and try to remove me as mayor. And y'all should ask yourself, residents, how can people go into a bank and remove a mayor from a bank account when I had to jump through all types of loopholes when I actually became a signer on the bank account? So we also have financial as a listed lawsuit for them as well, for allowing them to be able to do this action, which they should not be able to do without even calling myself or anybody from my office to say that they're removing anybody or adding someone onto $1 million bank account. That's crazy. So all I try to do is put the stuff out there, and you guys kind of do with it what you want, but that wasn't right. And that gung-ho on getting control of the village's finances, that they're going to links. The recall didn't work. Now you want to try to remove me from the bank account. So their goal is to really tie my hands and not allow me to operate as a mayor, and so I can bow down to them and ask them things. So I thank God for elections. I keep telling y'all this, and I won't keep on stressing it, but it's election coming up on February 28th of next year. And remember, Ed Steves and Tammy is up. So you will have your time to do a real recall in the village of Dolton by going and casting your vote. So I always stress that, because I want you to know when is your opportunity to remove people that's not doing the will of the people. Unfortunately, you ain't gonna be able to get Trustee House or Trustee Belcher, because they're not up until 2025. But I want to just make you aware of the people and individuals that is up. Any more discussion, since no one wants to amend? Do anybody want to amend it? Let me ask. Anybody want to amend this motion? Go ahead, trustee.
Yeah, I move to amend this motion. Cold air is cold. And if you ever been homeless sleeping on the outside, these seniors without their roofs and their windows, and it's not being approved to get their roofs and windows done, it's like sleeping on the outside. Think about your grandmother. Think about your little babies inside that house, and that cold air is whipping through there. It's like no roof and no windows. So I would like to amend this, and we can move forward. And on the second note, we cannot keep letting a judge or anybody decide the fate of Dolton. There was an election. I ran, she won. There's no way we can keep looking at each other, brown and black people, and we can't get along. We should be able to get along and move forward. As long as there's no proof of anybody stealing any money, putting this money here, putting this money there. There's grant money, research it and see where the money is coming from. If it's grant money and the taxpayers are not paying for it, and the people are getting what they have to get to build this village up, we should not be stepping backwards, because we had past administration. I'm quite sure they approved paying people without a board there too. So just don't sit here and finger point at one person. If you're going to finger point at yourself. If you're going to finger point, let's finger point and start signing and writing down what we need to be doing to move this village forward. We can't keep going backwards, looking like ducks. Work together. I mean, this can be the most powerful village here. We got the pieces to the puzzle. One piece to this puzzle can be put in there with us working together. I can't see us moving this village forward with someone's grandmother or someone's children don't have windows, don't have roof, and all of a sudden it's because we're sitting up here and then we don't vote for it to move forward. We got to move this forward. I mean, we looking back and going way back when slavery time, when families didn't even have a roof or a window, sleeping in the grass, sleeping on the outside, trying to get freedom. We look back, Malcolm X, Dr. King trying to get us to the promised land, trying to get us to freedom. The words of Jesse Jackson and Malcolm X and everybody else. So why we're turning our damn backs now? We shouldn't. We should be moving forward. All this argument and here and there, it's about the village and the people of Dolton. We got elected. Let's move this village forward. Let's help. If we got the help, and I don't care who it is, Mickey Mouse, whoever. If the mayor has a grant and it's here and it's proven to be a good grant and the taxpayers ain't spending one brown penny, let's build these houses. Let's help these people.
Trustee Holmes, are you okay with a $2.8 million deficit right now?
Brother Ed, let me explain something to you.
Have you?
Do your job and be a trustee, what you got voted for to help the people. Don't question me because I'm not in the court of law and you not the judge and you ain't my damn lawyer.
But you don't even live out here. You're not even a taxpayer.
If I don't live out here,
you don't own a home.
If I don't live out here, then why am I a trustee?
Stop it.
If I don't live out here, why did you question? Why did you question?
No, she did.
Why didn't you question me when I ran? Why did you run with me on the ticket if I wasn't living out here? Why am I an elected official? Why am I an elected official if I don't live out here?
This man,
you need to quit grandstanding. You need to quit grandstanding.
You don't know nothing about
you know what? You were scared of the last mayor. You was a yes man there. And you know what? I'm a yes man to what's going on in this village and to pay these people. So do what you have to do. Do what you have to do to be a trustee. So don't question me because I'm not in the court along with you. Do your job. Just do your job.
Stop going.
Do your job. Do your job.
You don't know nothing about a budget.
Do your job.
Read a budget.
Just do your job.
Stop it.
Pass the bills and let these people get paid. Help pass the bill to get these seniors some roof and some windows. That's what you do.
Live out here, man.
That's what you do.
You don't own a home out here.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
You're a renter out here.
That's what you do. I can be a renter, and guess what? And a renter lives out here too.
Okay.
A renter lives out here too. No, we good.
Yeah.
Just pay the people. Let's get this village moving. Stop backstabbing from these people. Don't even go there.
Trustee Holmes, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Is there a second to his motion to amend the motion to pay all the vendors as it relates to the October 3rd, 2022 board meeting? Is there a second? So Trustee Norwood, Steve, nobody want to pay? Nobody want to end or add the senior roofs, windows, Belcher, nobody? Trustees? Nothing? Okay, so y'all remember this when y'all see it.
That's a shame.
It is a shame.
That's a shame.
So residents, when you calling, if you're watching now, I know we be at your house, at your doors. You see what just happened. They are the ones that's holding up your roof and your windows. So it will not get completed this year because they refuse to pay the contractors to complete it. And to the contractors, thank you so much for just still working with us and staying strong. If you do have those windows, please put it in those houses and then we will figure out how to pay you later. But I thank you for staying strong with our village as we move forward.
May I be recognized, Mayor?
Yes, go ahead.
Let me say this and I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't care if I was a homeless person out here laying on the streets and was registered out here as a living person on the street. I'm homeless. And if I register as a homeless person out here in Dolton, guess what? I live out here. If I rent out here in Dolton, I live out here. No matter how I pay my bills out here in Dolton, I live out here. So for you to say that I'm a renter out here just because you in a home, see, don't even go there.
Can we move
however a person lives and however a person rents or pay his bills out here in Dolton, that's how he do and that's how he live. I'm gonna do what I have to do.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
done. Thank you.
I totally agree. If you live in the village of Dolton, everyone cannot or do not own a home, but they do rent from Dolton. So that do make you a homeowner. So thank you for the clarity, Trustee Holmes. And Trustee Holmes do live in the village of Dolton. For any of those that's wondering if he do not, he do live here. Please call the roll as relates to paying the bills for the October 3rd, 2022 warrant list. And also the amendments that Trustee House have made. If you can pass, you got a copy of that right now, Trustee House? Can you pass that to the attorney so he'll know which ones you're pulling out?
I'll send it via email.
Okay, so no one has a copy of that, and everybody keeps talking about transparency. We don't have a copy of what he wants to pull out. At least supply the board members with that so we understand what is happening. So again, he removing all those items. If you could just refresh people's memories, unless you want the clerk to read it. Can you just refresh their memories to the items that you're going to remove? And then we will call the roll and move forward.
A refresher, affordable party planners, Farley Williams, Pierre Reddy Campbell, 5-star.
The dollar amounts, with it, please.
Affordable party planners, $4,150. Farley Williams, $3,000. Pierre Reddy Campbell, $32,924. 5-star, $398,400. Gasker Roofing, $48,000. Hammond Fence, $15,602.75. JKCS, $15,000. JMA Architects, $9,610. Johnny Jefferson, $8,333. KNM Ventures, $46,000. Karen Gordon, $800. Quick Rink Synthetic Ice, $105,444. Laurel's Four Seasons, $10,620. MBD Solutions, $59,300. Michael Earhart, $1,350. Michael J. Casper, $19,280. Oak Construction, $46,500. Positive Minds, $2,500. Raul and Sons, $38,775. Rogers Roofing, $64,214.67. Santee Shannon, $3,500. White Coal Pool Solutions, $44,192.50. And all manual checks that were on that list.
Okay. Please call the roll.
Mayor,
Who motion?
Mayor,
Go ahead.
excuse me. Before we call the motion, I'm just wondering if we can do something, because I know that we do have ARPA money available for the windows and roofs, because that's how we paying for it, correct?
Mhm.
Okay, and I know that there isn't a problem with paying. I don't have a problem with paying or getting the windows and roofs done. I think the main question is how much money is there left, and what's the game plan for the remainder of the people who have the roof and windows. It's just that right now I know that I submitted the agenda item several times saying, hey, can we have an ARPA money discussion so that we know how much we have left, so that we do know the plan for it. I think for me it's a matter of, when I look at this warrant list, I know that we are doing windows and I know that we are doing roofs, but I know at one moment you originally said that it was going to be $2,500. Then I remember on the warrant list, we seen something that said $12,000 for a roof. Then I know that you said you corrected it and you made it $6,000. So if we can in regards to the ARPA money for the windows and roofs, I want to revisit it. I'm just wondering if you can submit and it's public information, I'm sure, in regards to how much money we have left, the plan for the windows and roofs. How many people do we have left in regards to the completions? How much money do we have left? And can other residents still get the money? Will we have money left after that? If you could just put that like on a website or something for the windows and roof in regards to how much ARPA money is left. If we're going to do RFPs, I guess that's a big question too. Normally we do RFPs so we know who the vendors are, how we're choosing the vendors. They normally come in front of the board, and then we make a decision as a board to move forward with these vendors. So maybe if you do provide the information for the RFPs on the website, and again, you don't have to give it to us at this point because it's always a matter of if we're receiving the information or not. So since it's all public information, if you could just put it on the website for us, how much would the ice skating rink cost in total? I guess that's a major concern, because I know at one point last month I seen 104,000, then 104,000 plus an additional 19,000. And then on this warrant list, we see more money for the ice skating rink, and then we know there'll be a cost for maintenance. So for me, it's always a question of what's the plan with this money? We keep seeing it on the list, and I know we're saying we have donations and grants. Can we put that information on the website? Make it available for the people. That way it's no longer about us as a board. Let the residents know this is their tax money, and we can just put this all on the website so it can be transparent for everyone. And then we can go ahead and revisit this windows and roof thing. I know we have an upcoming meeting. We can even have a special meeting for it. But if we can get that information, I'm okay with trying to consider these things. But how much will the skating rink cost is a big question, and how much will the maintenance for the ice skating rink, and who will be paying for it if we're receiving donations? How much in donations are we receiving? What will be the total? How much are we paying? If you could just get that information for me, that'll be great.
Okay. So my question to you will be, we have the information now for you. So we give you the information now. Would you vote to get the people's windows and roofs done? Because right now, those vendors are on standby. Those
Well,
contractors.
normally you present the RFPs to the board, and then you present the vendors to us before you even go ahead and choose the vendors and all that good
Okay.
stuff.
So,
But at this
so-
point, you could just send them put it on the website, because I know you always say we have it, and then I'm gonna send it to you. We'll send it after the meeting, and then I'll vote on it. Then after the meeting, I may not receive it. If you could just put it on the website, that way we all will be clear as a people together. Then we could just move forward. It won't be a discussion. It won't be a matter of where the money is going, where it's coming from. Again, my main concern is if we're seeing all these dollars amount, 120,000 on the last one, $20,000 on this one. The question is, how much would it cost in total? How much would it cost us as a people? What's the plan for it? I know we see concrete needs to be put down for the pavement, or there. I know you said there's certain things for this ice skate rink, which seemed like it totaled a lot. What's the main total is all I want to know. The main total, where the money is coming from. If you can provide us for the RFPs for the windows and roofs, you can get that on the website tonight. We can revisit it as a board tomorrow. I know it's a thing called consensus vote that we could do via email. Put it on the website tonight. Put it on the website when you can, and we'll all revisit it as a board. That's
Okay.
my thought.
Well,
Thank
I'm
you,
just
Mayor.
trying to educate you on how it really goes. Right?
I know you got all the
I
education.
know, but let me tell you though. You asked, I never want my response. So let me respond to what you're stating. So as it relates to RFP, for those that don't know, it's not over $20,000. When it's under $20,000, you do not need a RFP. The amount is only $5,000. That's it. That means anybody can bid, come in, talk to us, and we put them out as a vendor. Long as you qualify and you got all your stuff, your requirements here at the village. We've asked people, we asked vendors. I announced it in my mayor's report, and I'm still looking for contractors to do anything in the village of Dolton. It was open to anybody. So that answers that question. As it relates to, basically, you're really asking me for a budget. We have a budget, but no one asks us anything until we get here. They act as though we're hiding things. In a way that the trustees know we have a budget, we put it in my viewpoint. My viewpoint is something that I made sure we had accessible to the entire body that I created as mayor, because I wanted transparency. So all they have to do is go into their device, and it'll tell them every single dollar we spend, where it goes, and what is left. It tells you under my viewpoint. And then you can also refer to the finance director. She can also school you guys to what's what, how it works. I also offer training to everybody up here when I came in, and they all took the class to learn how to use my viewpoint. My viewpoint tells you top to bottom what we're doing, how we spending, and where the money's going. So all I'm saying to everybody, and that's why I asked. I know you're saying put it up on the website, have a special meeting. All I'm asking is, can we get past this now to pay the vendors so that they can get their windows and their roof done this week while it's going to be nice weather? I don't want to have to come back for another meeting and they can continue processing already claims that they have from the residents. So that's why I'm asking for your vote, your support, Trustee Norwood, so we can get those vendors paid as it relates to the roof and the windows. Are you willing to amend that, what Trustee Holmes stated?
Okay, Mayor. I'm just going to say just one last time. If you could put the information on the website, so I won't have to say that you didn't send it to me for whatever reason. The same budget that you're referring to, that information too in regards to ice skate rink. Just put it out for the people on the website. We can revisit this again via consensus tomorrow. This is not something that has to wait for another board meeting to get approved for the windows and roofs. If you could put the information on the website, everybody in Dolton can see it tonight or tomorrow, and then they'll know exactly what we're looking at, exactly what we're left to decide upon, and then we can just move forward. So that's how I don't really want to go back and forth. I just want to.
It's not a back and forth. All I was asking you was for your vote.
Yeah, can we just put it on the website?
I am gonna put it on the website.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
But I'm asking you for your vote so that we can pay the vendors so they can continue the process. If we wait, you already know, like I know, the board members are not going to respond. So it sounds good what you're saying, but no one's going to respond. And then you don't have the votes to move forward. Then what do we do? That's why I'm asking you here today. If you can second the motion, we could call the roll, and then we will know where our votes lie.
Put it on the website, and if the other board don't respond, then we can go from there.
I quit. All right, moving on. As you can see, nobody wants to do anything. I am not going to get any response from anybody else because they don't want to move forward. I was asking Trustee Norwood to basically second the motion. Then you will see where the votes lie on the board as it relates to moving forward. Me putting an email out, a text out, anything like that, they're not going to respond. They're not going to move forward as it relates to getting this done. So we had a standstill, residents. So as you can see, again, I say this and I say this again, election time, February 28th. Remember that. Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Need the motion in a second first.
That was earlier. Who
motioned? You
didn't write it down the first time when they
Listen,
motioned?
you guys have gone through so much discussion. Can you please tell me who motioned? and
Well,
who
y'all can
seconded?
re-motion it. I know that Trustee House and was it you?
No, that was for September. We're on October the 3rd.
See,
So
everybody.
You did them.
Nobody doing their
separately.
job.
You did them. I'm doing my job right now. Just let me do
I
it.
don't keep up with what people
I'm
say up
keeping up
here.
with it. I'm telling you.
Okay, so in the beginning of all
I'm
this,
telling
someone
you,
motion, someone second.
They
Then
motioned
Trustee-
second for letter A for September 30th. Trustee
No.
House said he wanted to do them separately.
Okay,
So-
then we was on B.
So
we
now
talking
we're
about
on B.
October
We
3rd.
never even got to a motion because you guys
did.
have been talking for
We
30
did,
minutes.
clerk. We did. We
Okay, who motioned and who second so we can move
Clerk
forward?
Key, I motioned.
House, you motion first? You
Yes,
motion,
ma'am.
who second? Okay, Trustee House.
Yeah, for clarity,
Exactly.
my motion was with
Right.
items.
But
removed.
if you could, just for clarity, please just revisit the tape or the recording so
I
that we
have
got
it
it.
here.
So
I
we
will
got it
do that.
accurate
I
in the
will do
minutes.
that.
All right. Go ahead.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Steve. Trustee Holmes.
No.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
All right.
Motion fails.
So residents, you get nothing
Motion
because the
passed.
board voted it down. All right, next, can I have a motion for AP warrant list for November 7, 2022? And just for the record, guys, this is the warrant list for this month. They just voted and we did all that back and forth for the October bills. Now we on a new set of bills, which also includes, guess what? The windows and roofs. So let's see where they take us. All right. Is there a motion?
I motion.
Who motion? Who was that?
I motion.
Trustee Holmes, motion. Is there a second? Is there a second to pay the bills?
I have a separate motion, Mayor.
Do you not want to second his motion to pay the bills?
No, I do not.
So what? You want to take out everybody again?
I have a separate motion, Mayor.
Anybody want to second Trustee Holmes' motion to pay the bills? Nobody want a motion to pay the bills? All right, again, y'all seeing it with y'all own two eyes. Nobody want to pay the bills. They got their own hidden agenda, as you can see. Everybody in
So
cahoots
may I-
together.
may I
Hold
make
on,
the
trustee.
motion?
Hold on, trustee. Everybody in cahoots together, and everybody got a plan on what they're gonna take out and what you're not gonna get, residents. All right, go ahead. For lack of a second, your motion dies, Trustee Holmes. So here we go. Trustee House, what you got a motion?
Okay. Nope.
No?
November 7th warrant list, corporate payments, $2,267,791.62. Manual AP checks, $30,000. Gross payroll, October 7th, $396,363.42. Gross payroll, October 21st, $446,521.66. Melanie Fitness Center registered payments, $1,244.32. Payroll Melanie Fitness, October 7th, $428.05. Payroll Melanie Fitness, October 21st, $428.05. Total payments on this register, $3,142,777.12. Motion is to pay this, removing the following items: Affordable Party Planners, $2,600, page 1. Apostolic Independent Contractors, $5,133.34, page 2. Country Lane Gazebos, $90,000, page 7. 5 Star, $319,600, page 11. J&J Newell, $198,710.04, page 13. JKCS, $20,000, page 13. Johnny Jefferson, $13,000, page 13. KNM Ventures, $42,875, page 14. MBD Solutions, $19,500, page 15. Oak Construction, $4,000, page 17. Production distribution, $73,287.09, page 18. Raul and Sons, $41,500, page 19. Rent a Christmas, $50,285.19, page 19. Rogers Roofing, $5,300, page 19. My motion is to pay the bills, removing the items as listed, and I will email this document momentarily to all residents. I would imagine there'll be a discussion. It'll be there before the discussion is concluded.
All right, is there a second? All right, it's been motion second. Any discussion? Okay, as always, I'm not gonna be long, but can't get out. I won't be long because you guys just heard from me a few minutes ago. It's the same song and dance. They removed, just so you clear, the trees that's been getting cut down. They removed all those vendors. They removed all the concrete work that's been getting done in the village of Dolton, including the police department, the fire department, public work area. They removed all that. They removed the windows and roof programs that the seniors and veterans was benefiting from. And guess what they just did? They removed the Christmas tree for the kids. How heartless can you possibly be? So I don't have a tree. So anybody watching this, please donate a tree to the village of Dolton so I can light up Greenwood for the babies, okay? Because they just removed the tree. So again, pay attention to what they're doing, and they have no reason to remove any of this because all the things that they just removed was for you, residents, and it came from grant money, MFT funds, things of that nature. So pay attention to what this board is doing. Remember, they'll be at your door soon. Please call the roll. Yep, we're getting a 30-foot tree, and I'm paying with it through a grant. So what's the problem? But again, because y'all didn't do it, y'all take things out. So moving forward, please call the roll.
May I be recognized before we call the roll?
Okay,
I just had a couple questions. I pulled up the invoices through my viewpoint, but I was just wondering, it wasn't really clear. Production distribution photo sale. You what's that? For the production distribution photo sale. Item number 01-14-553, $73,287.09.
So I'll refer that to Finance Director Tanjanique. So if y'all have, and then just for the record, if y'all have questions about anything on the warrant list, because I don't put it together, you guys should reach out to the Finance Director or Janice, and they can answer any questions on there about any items that you may have. So we have Tanjanique. And what's the line item? You want to read that to her again? Or?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
01-14-553.
Okay. And is there any more?
Yeah, I also have a JKCS Communication Services for $20,000. I have a iHeart Media radio broadcast for $29.50. I was just wondering if you know what these things are.
Okay, so Tanjanique, can you help her with those items? And where's Janice? Is
And
Janice not here?
Let me do it. Okay.
Country Lane Gazebo also, guys. I know you writing the list down, so just to add that. Country Lane Gazebos, the pavilion for $90,000.
Yep.
Line item 45.
I know that one. That one's for the ice rink, and that's for the pavilion that will be placed over the ice arena. So I know that one.
Okay, ice skating.
But the other ones is day-to-day operation stuff. So anyone can answer. Keith, Tanjanique, where's Janice?
Production distribution is streetlight repairs for residents. So they've made complaints and they've repaired the streetlights.
Say that again. You said street lights?
Streetlights.
Okay, so those are for street lights, you stated.
Yes, streetlights. New LED streetlights too.
Got you. Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Did y'all remove that one?
for resident complaints that the streets wasn't bright enough?
Hold on 1 minute, Keith. Did y'all remove that one? Did y'all?
Yes, that was on the list.
Y'all remove? Are y'all willing to put it back? Now
Well, I got a couple questions. Maybe
I know, I am, but I'm asking so we don't have to go back to it. Are you willing to put that back in house for the street lights or no?
Well, wait, Trustee Bell, Norwoods, and then consider.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Like, I know I see that the street lights, and I have the invoice in front of me. Keith, so you just said those are street lights. It's just various street lights throughout the neighborhood.
Yes, streetlight repairs.
Okay. And then she answered the pavilion question for me. She stated that's for the ice skating rink. What was JKCS Communication Services?
That's public relations.
Okay, public relations for the Village of Dolton. And what was the iHeart Media radio broadcast? $29.50.
That was for promotion for our events for the year.
Okay, she answered the rent a Christmas tree for the 50,000. Okay, that was it for me. All right, thanks.
Would you like to know K&M Ventures and some of the other work that was being done, or you don't want to know about those?
Hold on, let's see if I have that one on my list.
No?
Yeah, you go ahead. Yes.
Oh yeah, K&M Ventures are the trees that have been cut. They've been pushed back. Residents who've had trees in the parkway that are dead that we removed. Tree removal.
Okay.
Tree removal for all the residents that have complaints about trees that need to be removed.
Okay. Okay.
Would you like to know about Johnny Jefferson?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Johnny Jefferson did the work on the fire station that one of our trustees came and cut a ribbon for. It was, we opened up a brand new firehouse that cut our lead time for our residents to receive proper medical assistance by, 7 to 10 minutes. Cut everything in half. That was also for the residents. Would you like me to go through the rest of the list or?
Yep, you might as well.
Okay. 5-star. I believe they did concrete work for the police department.
Yep.
There were potholes that were so bad at the police department in the back that I believe our police cars were getting messed up. New police cars were actually, we were losing wheels and all types of stuff. So that was for the repair to the police department parking lot. As a matter of fact, that was phase 2, which I believe that the board approved prior to me getting here, phase 1 and phase 2. So
that's that $114,500.
Yes, I believe it might be more than that. So phase 1 and phase 2, but I believe it was already approved last year.
Okay. All right. That's it for me.
I apologize. And for that was for, what does it say? Oh, water breaks and curbs. Oh, and the curbs were included too.
Which one?
Which one was that? Stacy, would you mind?
And just for the record, that's why I say if y'all just call, we can ask questions about it. So y'all
Hello?
don't pull out things that's actually getting done for the people.
Right, but Mary, I know we get it late.
While we're waiting on
we get it late
Stacy,
in the weekend,
I would
and then
like
we're
to
gonna have money.
mention
If I
that
can be recognized.
Karen Gordon is one of the people that provide maintenance for our police department for years. And she does an amazing job cleaning the police department on a weekly basis. And her bill is $800. So Stacy, I apologize. Go ahead.
So 5-star also makes the repairs when water breaks are occurred in front of residents' houses, whether it's a curb or driveway. They are one of our vendors that makes the repairs. So some of that expense was due to water main breaks throughout the community.
All right. Anything else? Oh, come on, Ron. They must took yours out too, huh? You don't pay nobody.
Just a little clarification on the invoice from JJ New. JJ New was the replacement sidewalk project that the board voted on. We bidded that out publicly, and that was paid. That was to be paid for by MFT funding, and the funds was there. So just a little clarification on that one. So.
Thank
you, Ron.
That's why I try to explain to them that majority of the items that's on here, when they're trying to attack me, are either A, coming from grant funds, or B, coming from an MFT fund. It's not anything coming out of general fund, anything when you pay water bill funds, none of that. So I don't understand why they would take it out, because it's free dollars.
May I be recognized, Mayor?
Yeah, let me make sure she's done. Are you done, trustee?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Are
Thank
you willing to amend any of those back into this currently?
So
I will amend adding some in, but I wanted to hear the full discussion.
Okay, go ahead, trustee. Norbert, which ones you want to amend back in?
No, I was done. I know he said he wanted to hear the full discussion, and Trustee Belcher is about to say
I'm
something.
gonna get to her in one second. Might want to be finished with you. So, are you amending which one so we can?
I'll go ahead and go over this list. He just told me now. You just come back to me.
Okay, trustee House, which ones you want to amend?
Well, Mayor, I wanted to hear the full discussion. There may be some other items, so I wanted to hear from Trustee Belcher, and then I'll.
Okay.
Prior to
Everybody
the
on
vote.
their way. Go ahead, trustee.
I just have a quick question. The village administrator just said the Karen Gordon that was 800. You stated she was what?
I think that's the lady from the police department. She works in the police department. She cleans up.
Okay, so the
Karen and Victoria Diaz, both of them are the maintenance people for the police department.
Okay, so the misconception of information that's being, you keep saying go to my viewpoint. In my viewpoint, it says festival artist for $800. So how would we know that that's the cleaning person if it's put under festival artist? So obviously, if the information is not being inputted correctly, then how would we know what's being paid, who's being paid, how they being paid? Because looking at this right now in real live time, it says $800, 9/25, 2022 festival artist. So now we get here, somebody say it's the cleaning lady. How are we supposed to know
So how you supposed to know, trustee, is by
Absolutely.
picking up a phone if you
Right.
feel you have a question about something and it could be cleared up by then.
that? Would I
So-
clear up something that's already
because
in my viewpoint?
because you guys basically did like a shotgun of taking mayor items out. If it said festival, remove it.
But if it's a cleaning
hold on,
person,
hold on,
why-
hold on,
why is
trustee.
it under
If
festival?
it said something that you guys didn't like, ice courts, paying for a roof or window, y'all took it out. That's all y'all attacked. Y'all only attack things that I am doing currently.
But
you didn't
if it's
attack
the
nothing
cleaning
else.
person, why
Okay.
would it be under festival?
What I'm saying, people do make mistakes. So if it do say that, I'm not looking at it. If it do say
It
that,
does
it could
say
have been
that.
cleared up. Is my point. If you guys will ask
It
questions.
says invoice $800, house head festival artist Karen Dejanay Gordon.
Okay, and I just said if it was a mistake, once again, you're a trustee. You could have picked up the
Why
phone
would I
and
pick
called.
it up and it's in
Okay,
here
I'm
that
done
says
with it.
house head
Anything else,
festival?
trustee? Anything else?
Can I address
Okay.
Not
that?
cleaning for
Can
the
I address
police
that,
department.
please?
What was that?
Can I address
Shanique?
that? In my viewpoint, Karen Diaz says janitorial services.
Sure.
I just asked him, was it Karen Gordon? He said yes.
But that's why I don't
He
listen
just
to her.
said the police
exactly
chief
what I
said
just
Karen
said.
Diaz. The police
Keith
chief.
Freeman
Yes.
just said Karen Gordon.
Okay, well now we got a clarity
No,
of
it's
what
Karen
it is.
Diaz and it's janitorial services.
And
And
it's
she has
correct.
history in
All
my
that he said
viewpoint.
was $800.
So the trustees reading it in
I
the
don't.
wrong
What
way.
page is Karen Gordon on?
That's why I asked him
What page is
correctly.
Karen
What
Gordon
did you
on?
just say, Karen Gordon? That's what Keith Freeman stated.
What page is Karen Gordon on?
I'm not looking at the Warren list.
That's,
I'm looking
that's
at
on the
my
October
viewpoint.
list, which has already been voted.
Okay. Okay. Well, can we move forward? Can y'all tell me which items we're going to allow back in the warrant list and which ones
Okay.
we're not?
J&J Newell, $198,710 on page 13. KNM Ventures, $42,875, page 14. Production Distribution, $73,287.09 on page 18.
Okay. So now can you read into record the items that you are keeping out? Are you going to add the Christmas tree back?
$50,000 Christmas tree?
Can y'all add the Christmas
Did
tree
an
back?
RFP go out for that?
Can y'all add the Christmas tree back?
So that was the three items I mentioned. Well, so I will read the revised list if that's okay, man.
Okay, but before you read it, can you add the roof and windows back?
I'm happy to read the revised items into the record.
So you want to add it? Okay.
Okay.
What about trees? Can you pay the tree people that are already cut the trees for the residents?
Do you want me to read this list or no?
Yeah, but I want you to add those in
I
so
know-
you don't have to
I know
amend
you
it
do.
again.
We can we can consider it for the next board meeting, Mayor.
But they gotta wait another month. They already waited 30 days, so they gotta wait another 30 days in order to get paid for something they already did.
I think Trustee Belcher's point was there are vendors that have been waiting, and that's something that if we are sincerely interested in having a conversation, I would welcome it, and then we can do better at the next meeting.
Right, but what I'm asking, trustee, is that those residents have been waiting over a decade to get those services, which we provided. So I'm asking for you to pay those vendors because they are still cutting down trees. They're still doing roof and window, but they need their money so they can continue because the winter is about to hit. If the winter hits, then certain people will not be able to get a roof tore off, windows replaced. So that's why I'm asking so they can keep going and don't have to stop.
Mayor, I understand your request. If there's a genuine interest, I will be happy to have a discussion as soon as tomorrow on what we need to do to make that happen faster.
Yep, go ahead, read your stuff into the record.
So revised list removal, affordable party planners, $2,600, page 1, apostolic independent contractors, $5,133.34. Country Lane gazebos, $90,000, page 7, 5-star, $319,600. JKCS, $20,000, page 13. Johnny Jefferson, $13,000, page 13. MBD Solutions, $19,500, page 15. Oak Construction, $4,000, page 17. Raul and Sons, $41,500, page 19. Rent a Christmas, $50,000, $285.19 on page 19. My revised request is to approve the bills with the removal of those items stated, and I will update the list and send it in an email momentarily.
Okay, and what about affordable party plan? You don't want to amend hers? Should do all the things for the residents as relates to.
I am
any
happy to
events.
have that discussion
Nobody's-
with you, Mayor.
Okay, is there a second? What's the
They
second?
already seconds.
All right, please call the roll.
So let me read this into record, even though I've already recorded this. This is the approval of the AP warrant list. Trustee House has removed several items with the exceptions of 3 items, and they will be recorded in the minutes based on what he said. So I'm going to move forward with the vote. Trustee House,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Steve,
Aye.
Trustee Holmes,
No.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed to approve AP warrant list with the specific items that Trustee House read into record that should not be approved.
All right, thank you. Next on the agenda, and that's crazy. We've been here. What time is it? Oh my God, 8:37. We got 3 items on the agenda. Next is old business. Can I have a motion to approve resolution number R22- for open space land acquisition and development, the OSLET grant? As you know, I put this on the agenda a couple meetings ago, and I'm constantly putting it on the agenda because I was able to have them hold it up. And this was for the $600,000 to build a water park for the babies on Greenwood. I asked the Board of Trustees to support me so that we can move forward with it. And all they had to do is agree so we can have a resolution, just like the previous grants that Ron Engineer just stated. They have to vote for a resolution, and I'm asking for their support once again so we don't miss out on the $600,000. Is there a motion?
A motion.
Is there a second? All right, there's a motion and second. Any discussion?
Mayor, if
Okay.
I could be recognized.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let me try to ease the tension ahead of time. My intention and desire is to pass this tonight. I do have a couple of questions. As we talk about the water, this is for a water park. How much does that cost the residents of the Village of Dolton?
It's $600,000 to build. You want Ron to get up and speak about it? I will allow him to do so.
No, I'm going to ask for something in a moment. Actually, we've been here long enough. I'll see if anybody else has a question, and then the only thing that I'm going to ask is, when we put this up originally, we asked for paperwork. We did get a significant amount of more additional paperwork prior to this meeting, but it was the funding opportunity. So I will ask if that grant application itself that outlines the budget, because I know it requested one, can be submitted. I'll follow Trustee Norwood's lead, either to the board or post online, so that way everybody has the information. But my vote at this time will be yes for this. If any, I will pause to see if anybody else has any discussion points. Thank you, Mayor.
Any more discussion? All right, call the roll.
Trustee House,
Goodness, think if I said no. I'm teasing. Yes, aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Steve,
Aye.
Trustee Holmes,
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Present.
Motion passed
You don't vote for a grant.
to approve. And can you please provide me with the Word version of this so that I can record the information into the resolution
Okay.
as well as number it?
Okay. Well, thank you, residents. I guess y'all beat them up enough. They voted for the grant. So y'all getting the 600,000. Y'all will have y'all water park. All right. Next is new business. Letter A, discussion and approval of ordinance 22 amending Title 6, Chapter 5, Section 6-5-4-6 of the Village of Dolton Code of Ordinance regarding one-way roads. Is there a motion?
I motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been motion and second. Any discussion? I'm gonna explain what it is, then everybody can just chime in. So the reason why myself and Trustee Holmes placed this on the agenda is because we having a lot of problems with a particular area, which is on the west side of town. It is Wentworth and Sibley. We just had a fatality there. Chief, correct me if I'm wrong. When was that? Last Wednesday. Last Wednesday. Every single person that exit right there always, and it's sad to say, passes. They never make it. The traffic on Sibley are literally doing 50 to 90 miles an hour. So my job is to protect the residents and make sure we can figure out a way to make it safe. So I'm proposing to the board tonight to make this a one-way street. We did go by there, we checked it out, and you can only enter, but you cannot exit that way. You have to literally go all the way around to 148th Street and come back down. But my job is safety, so I'm asking the Board of Trustees to support us on this ordinance and making Wentworth a one-way street. Any discussion?
Is Wentworth the only street, Mayor?
Say again?
Is Wentworth the only street that you're requesting?
Correct, because the other streets go east and west.
Okay.
So this is the only way. When you go to the park, it's like a dead end. So Wentworth is right there where the liquor store is at. I don't know if anybody familiar with the area right there, but it's down there by the McDonald's. But it's before you get to the overpass, it's the little street. It's called Wentworth, right next to the liquor store. Everyone exits and they inches out a little bit, and by the time they get halfway out, someone hits them. Everyone dies there, and my job is to save lives. Andrew's job is to save lives. So we decided to come up with this ordinance, put it on the agenda, and try to figure out how we can alleviate people from coming that way and just going to a light. It's a light right there on the south, so all you have to do is exit out of their homes and go the opposite way to 148 and then come over to the light. So that's the reason why we created this ordinance. Any more discussion? Okay, please call the roll.
Trustee House,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Steve, Trustee Holmes,
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Wait a minute. Oh God. That's my first unified vote. No, God. Thank you, boy. Okay, now the next one is letter B. Can I have a motion for a discussion and approval of ordinance number 22 creating a new section 3-1-14.1 of Title 3, Chapter 1 of the Village of Dolton Code of Ordinance related to business and licenses and public safety threats for the Village of Dolton. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second? Okay, it's been motioned and second. Any discussion? And I'll explain to you guys what this is. A lot of times people call us, it can be midday. A lot of time I know myself and Trustee Holmes get the calls late at night and someone has passed or shooting has occurred. Unfortunately, we have to put laws in place to protect the residents and also the people that's passing by. We put this ordinance on the agenda, myself and the Trustee Holmes, because we've been getting too many crying moms, crying parents as relates to their baby being either gunned down, drive-by shootings throughout our community. One in particular, I know Chief Collins spoke on, was the Maxwells right there on Sibley. I know last board meeting, the mom, she was here and she was asking us to do something. Oh, there she go. Hey. She was asking us to do something about Maxwell. So just letting you know, we put on an agenda. We're doing something about Maxwell's right now. We're putting a law in place that allows them the opportunity to get security when it's a shooting. When a shooting occurs, you have to get armed security. You can no longer have a business without a patrol person, like a police officer there, and making sure that people that's entering and exiting out of your business are safe. So that's what this ordinance entails. Currently now, the people that house this same ordinance is the city of Chicago. After something happens, like a shooting at a business in Chicago, they go through the same steps that's outlined in this ordinance. And that's what we are requiring for our businesses here in town. We did have that business meeting like Chief did discuss, and we did talk to them about we're going to make a lot of changes in this being one. So when something happens on your property, even though I hear you business owners, you say it's not your fault, but it's the crowd that you attract, whether it's a club, a restaurant, or things that's open 24 hours, such as Maxwell, where people sit there and sit in the lot for hours when they really should be going home. So if something happened on your lot, you have to follow this ordinance. So I just wanted to give clarity to it. Do any board member have any comments, suggestions, concerns?
Yeah,
Any
might be
discussion?
recognized, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this, if we had or the business had been proactive in this, I'm not saying maybe your baby life would have been saved, but it's up to us to put these laws, and they got to follow the protocols. They got to have updated cameras. They got to have security there. We have a police department, they roaming, they're answering calls, but if these businesses have armed security that are licensed by the state, we can save the next individual. And I'm glad this mother has been staying on top of this. We had a meeting with all the businesses owners east of, on the east side. We're working our way to the west side. So we're going to be meeting with our chief and the business owners all throughout the village of Dolton for our safety issue, because it's wintertime. People standing around at the stores, food for less and everything. We don't know what their intentions are. They may be hungry, but still, we don't know what their intentions are. Or someone else comes up there, and then all of a sudden, somebody's purse gets snatched, or there's a shooting. So we're trying to be proactive and prevent this. So hopefully, we can pass this and get this through.
All right. Any more discussion? All right, call the roll.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
And Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right. Yeah.
Again, Mayor, I don't know who on your team is preparing these. If they can please email me an electronic version so I can properly record them.
Okay, I have Keith email you, and then attorney here, he'll email as well. Next on the agenda is C, discussion of Class 8 for Dunkin' Donuts, 1136 Sibley, and discussion of Class 8 for Dunkin' Donuts, 715 East Sibley, and 15539 Chicago Road. Is anybody here for the Class 8s for the addresses I just announced? And Board of Trustees, would you guys like to make a motion for any of the Class 8s? Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motion and second for the Class 8s. Any discussion? Okay, I'm gonna allow the business owner to speak first. All right, go ahead, Phillips.
Honorable Mayor, trustees, Madam Clerk, department heads, and residents of Dolton, good evening. My name is Firoz Vohra, and I'm the owner of 15339 Chicago Road. We bought this property in a judicial sale from Cook County Tax. This property had a resolution passed 14 months ago. After the resolution was passed, we were not able to buy the property in a timely manner because there was a lien on the property. It took us almost 11 months to clean the lien. Now we actually own the property. So all we need to do is amend the resolution tonight. This resolution was already passed. So today we are amending the resolution because it took us longer to close on the property. So we don't have to go to the Cook County and pass two resolutions. Instead of two resolutions, Cook County can only pass one resolution and we can get the Class 8. Now property at 715 East Sibley, the old Foot Locker building, we have a contract to buy it. We had not bought it yet. And upon acquiring the property, the Foot Locker side of the portion will be a convenience store with no alcohol, no liquor, no beer, no wine, no gaming, no gambling, no lottery. My faith do not allow us to sell alcohol and lottery and gaming. And also there's a school right next door. So keeping that in mind, we're gonna have a clean operation, something comparable to 7-Eleven, not 7-Eleven, but something similar to 7-Eleven, where fresh sandwiches, fresh cut fruit, juice, and 6 to 10 convenience store. It's not going to be 24 hours. And next door, we're still looking for tenant, where the beauty supply business used to be. We have some proposal for a fast food, but we have enough fast food in Dolton, McDonald's, White Castle, Burger King, Wendy's. We got every single fast food on Sibley. So we're not sure yet upon acquiring it will be a fast food or not. We are open to ideas from the trustee and the members, what productive business can be there, which can create job, sales tax revenues. Any questions from the trustees and mayor? I'm open to answer the question.
Anybody have any questions?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I heard you say that you have a contract on it. So is the sale based on the Class 8?
Correct.
Okay.
Any more questions?
No, I talked to him and asked them questions already.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. All right. There's a motion and second on the floor. Can you please call the roll?
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Y'all, we did good. I wish y'all did them bills like that. Thank y'all. Thank you so much. Next on the agenda is mayor's report. I'll try to be quick
Yeah.
so that we're not here long. Got something? Go ahead, trustee.
Yeah, may I be recognized for a minute?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just have for both chiefs, Chief Collins. Chief, can you assign someone, because what I'm doing, the and teenagers are getting younger, carrying and have access to these guns. Can we reach out to every school in Dolton Elementary School so we can do a seminar and have an officer with us to explain to them the safety of not touching these guns and what to do when they see these guns? Chief McCain, can you reach out to every fire chief in the South Suburb? Reason being, I'm circling back on what you said about Hammond. We need to take the lead on this from the chiefs, from the fire department, and take a stand and let them know over in Hammond that we're coming. We're having a press conference and we're asking them not to close that hospital, because I don't want to sit here and see someone's grandmother rushing or their children rushing, and Hammond is right there and have the tools and equipment there to save their life instead of running them all the way in the city of Chicago and somewhere else. So I think we need to make some noise, ruffle some feathers. Whoever the legislators is over there, they need to hear from us, and especially if we have the South Suburban Fire Chief standing asking to keep that hospital open. Thank you. I'm done, Mayor.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Next is mayor's report. First and foremost, I want to say thank you everybody for always coming out and coming to get educated of what's going on in the village of Dolton. We have several good things working to our benefit. As you know, I have been on fire as it relates to getting money for Dolton. They have been giving us grant money left and right for here and also the township. So again, if anybody are looking for employment, I can't keep announcing this enough. We are hiring for public works, especially with the snow season coming up. You know, I'm a big advocate of helping seniors. And of course, this means you cannot have an able body in your home as relates to removing the snow. So the snow program is coming up. I pray that the snow really don't come until like December. But if you are interested or your baby is interested, have them come in and apply. Front desk, either Larry or Miss Linda, get an application. We will do interviews, and we are also having them come and work now so they can learn how to utilize the equipment and be ready for the snow. Next, I'm gonna go with, I got 3 videos just to show y'all kind of what we've been up to. I'm gonna start off with those first, and then I'll talk to you a little bit, and then there'll be time for citizens address. The first video will be the roof and window video, and it's just to show you what it is that each one of those contractors have been doing and what they continue to do, even though they wasn't getting paid. This is what I was trying to help the trustees understand why it was so important for us to make sure we stayed the course and make sure these contractors got their money, because this will stop due to the fact of non-payment from the Board of Trustees, not mayor, Board of Trustees. Okay, so let's go ahead. So what you're looking at now is a complete tear off on a roof of a senior. And as you can see, people was getting big bay windows. That's rare. That's the most expensive window there is for a house normally. So as you can see, we started with the seniors and veterans first. They are always on a fixed income. So we always try to help alleviate some of their financial burdens. And that's how we started. Any grant that we ever offer here in the village of Dolton is a first come, first serve. And I announce it literally through text, through email, through mailers. I make sure every household get hit to know what we're doing in the village. That's up to you to come and sign up, because half the time people do say, oh, I didn't hear about it, I didn't know, because sometimes you're not reading either your email, your text, or things of that nature, but you can always sign up. We do allow people to still sign up till the money runs out, but if you came before everybody, you would get done first, and then whatever money's left over, we would do anybody else that still came in. The next video is Fire Station 2. Tina, you play that one. Emergencies happen every second. Life or death is a race against time. Like us opening Fire Station number 2, we can be more efficient with the response time of your emergency. It's all about the community. We do this for the people. Together, we can move Dolton forward. This was the ribbon cutting that we had at Fire Station 2, which has been closed for several years. And as the chief stated, it cut the response time in half. People are actually happy. People been showing up early. Chief done saved so many lives just for showing up in a matter of seconds. Thanks, Chief. This is something else that's new to Dolton is the alley program. Us paving alleys, we going from the worst to the least. One thing I love about Stacey Carell is he actually gets the job done. He is the one question that was asked by Trustee Steve is how the lists work, things of that nature. They are out on the streets 24/7. They compile a list and tell us what is the worst ones. So everybody happy about the alleys. But now that you did several, everybody wants their alley done. But I just want to tell residents that just be patient. We're going to get around to everybody. Money is still coming in. We're still doing our jobs. But I just need you to be patient and know that we will get to you. Oh, nice alley. So people are grateful. So again, if anybody watching this, please send in your alley, your address, and we will put it on the list. We will have Stacy come by. He normally surveys it with the other ones to see what's worse to least. This was our sidewalk program, which you guys waited on for years. Sidewalks are getting done as spoken on earlier. I think Ron's gone. We spent over $100,000 on sidewalks, which you guys waited for over a decade. And we have many, many more to go. And as he just stated, as long as they keep getting us the concrete, because it is a shortage on concrete, we will still keep pouring as long as weather permits. So I just want to show you the progress of things, because while the board was sitting here doing recalls, these are things I was doing as mayor. I kept moving, kept pushing. I never stopped working for you. Chief did a safety PSA.
Here on the sound, and this is very helpful that the mayor's put these speed bumps out here. They're flying up and down this street constantly. You got the Roosevelt School right here. We're trying to keep the kids safe and also the residents safe. There was an accident where a car landed up on my porch right here. So I think it's a very good move to put these speed bumps right here. I want to say appreciate it to the mayor.
So as you can see, everybody wants speed bumps. Speed bumps are being placed throughout our community in certain areas, but we cannot, and I repeat, we cannot do the entire area because we become a whole entire roller coaster. Also for the school district, we have added speed bumps there as well. So we just did Berger Vandenberg, I think about a month ago, and we will do Diekman, and we will have covered all the schools except for the one on, I still call it Chicago Road, but MLK. Next one will be our bike ride video. And I'm real big on cardio, exercising, getting people involved. Community did come out. We had a bike ride about a week ago. We're going to do our last one coming up this Thursday. So you guys can come to the Just Ice Courts and meet us there by 5:30 on Thursday. And bring your bike. You got to have a bike, okay? All right, play the video. And this is us going throughout our community. We went down Lincoln, as you can see, those that do know the community. So, and also we hit Sibley a little bit. But these are the areas we got. And then, of course, you know, I got my daughter. She in the back. She wanted to come and join the movement. And this is strictly for anybody that wants to just come out, have fun. We enjoyed it. And again, I created a foundation called Tiffany Henry Cares. Anybody that's suffering or battling with cancer, please go to thcares.org to get help with wigs, chemo, a ride, things of that nature. Because guess what? Everybody else create foundations. Why can't we create one for our own people in our own backyard? So when you exhaust those funds, you have another option to help alleviate some of the pain, because I know what we went through, meaning my family, when my mom had cancer. Another thing we did create, and we did a whole cancer walk. I announced this at the last meeting. We walked to Springfield, took us 11 days, and we created, myself, Trustee Holmes, he always with me, so I appreciate Trustee Holmes. We walked to Springfield. We created a bill that allows anybody in the state, not just Dolton, not just Thornton Township, to receive funds through an income tax credit, which of course I always say this, as long as you don't owe the IRS or the government, you'll get the $10,000 is what we created the fund for. So you will have to apply. It's still on the works. We did testify before the Revenue Committee, and we did get a lot of great support, and we're just waiting for that to actually happen. So hopefully this do happen for next year. If it doesn't next year, look forward for the following year. I did ask them for $10,000 when I got done crying. So if they don't give 10 grand, I told them they could cut it in half. They can give us 5, but I do want you to have something. So that's for anybody in the state of Illinois, just not Thornton Township and not just Dolton, it's anybody. So I want to announce that. Next is our house head video. We had a house head fast here in the village of Dolton. Another invoice they took out with DJ Farley. He actually came and showed up and showed out. I appreciate him. The residents appreciate him. And when you see this video, you're gonna be like, oh my God, did that happen in Dolton? So we are planning our next one for next year. So please come out for all you house head people. Come out because we danced the night away. Please play the video, Tino. And y'all gonna know some of these people. This was at Melly Fitness parking lot. Thank you, DJ Farley. You shut down Greenwood. And that's Deja. She the one sing ooh, I, E. So we bought some celebrities out for y'all. That's me and my daughter. We always dance. It was fun. Tons of fun. Y'all know that guy right there. Go to Dress to Impress. Y'all see Miss Jackson from the library board. As you can see, it was a family event. Everybody had fun. What I love about it, house head music is an older crowd. It's not a young thing. It's an older crowd. Hey. Turn my back, baby. Look what you going to do. They had a dance off. Y'all remember them days in the circle? Everybody was battling people for work. I even for work. The markets for work. Oh yeah. It was tons of fun. So I hope to see all y'all there next year because it's gonna be bigger. Farley, thank you so much. So that was something else. I'm just showing you some other things we do. I know you always see us bickering or fighting or whatever you guys call it, but I actually do a lot of outreach to community, and I involve community, and I involve other elected officials that govern Dolton and so on. The next and last video, which one is that? What Tina, is that the Fall Fest? So this is the Fall Fest video, and I do videos because that's the way that I can express the things we actually do, and you can see the people's faces for yourself to see if it's actually working. Now this video, we did this at the Just Ice Courts, and we turned it into a whole pumpkin patch. They painted pumpkins, and we also kept it with a CARES event where you can do pink, orange, red, whatever you want to do, or you can carve the pumpkin. We also had the taffy apples, and they decorated, put the little worms there, here little cemeteries. It was a lot of fun. When I say I'm so about kids, y'all know I got a 3-year-old. I always try to create things that we run to because I take her out of our community because I want her to see that there's more to life than just staying in a box. So I try to create the things that we run to in my own backyard, meaning Dolton, so that now we don't have to leave our town and we can have the same fun that we have in Tinley, in Orland, in Indiana. So this is what this looks like. And anybody that's not familiar with this area, this is right here on 144th in Greenwood. They had a petting zoo. We had all kinds of creative things for the kids. And that's why I was trying to get the trustees to make sure they put these items back in the warrant list to pay these people, because they did come out. That was our candy station. They fed the animals, pet the animals. They rode horses. Yep. Me and my baby Justice. We had the bouncy house. Also, it was picture day. Remember, I said bring your family, take a family photo. People got their family photos that day on the spot. So I'm all about memories and making sure you capture them. And see, these some residents that came and took photos. So we have a lot more of this coming up. I'm all about trying to get community out. When I say y'all came out in drones, y'all came out in drones. And then the course was open as well. So people was actually on the basketball court. Residents singing with me. That's my daughter, Justice. And then the fire department, I love y'all. They came out. They let people basically get on the fire engine. This was the kids painting the pumpkins. And of course, us feeding the animals. Family photos. Love you, Kamal. Yeah. Family, residents. It's my 2 Live crew. I don't know if they ain't here today, but yeah. Yep. Thank you. Okay, so that ends the videos of things that we actually do in the village of Dolton. And when I say I wish the board would support those type of movements, that would be great. But one thing I have to do is give credit when credit's due. Trustee Home is the only trustee that has been booted and rooted with me since day one. He respects the seat, and he has been on board with every initiative put forward. Y'all make some noise for Trustee Holmes. Thank you, Trustee Holmes. And the crazy part about it, everybody thought that he and I would be against each other because we ran against each other for a mayor. But it just shows you how things shake up and take a different approach. Upcoming events will be, let me jump to that one. I just spoke about the community bike ride. That's this Thursday. Make sure you come out for that. We're also having a turkey giveaway that will be November 22nd, and that will be at 5 p.m. Anybody that's watching this or anybody that's in here, please call Carmen 708-297-6859 or send a text 708-297-6859, and you can sign up to receive a turkey. We also giving out food boxes, and then y'all know me, I always give to cook meals. And anybody that needs a home cooked meal, if y'all know anybody in need, reach out to that same phone number. That same phone number so that we can bless somebody's family that's in need that cannot afford or cannot cook a meal for that day. We will supply them with a cooked turkey, which Kurt's Barbecue right there in South Holland will be jerking me 100 turkeys. We will give them 2 sides, a bread, and a dessert. So if y'all know anybody, they have to call. We will sign them up, but it's not for anybody. It's for someone that's truly, truly in need. Because that don't mean I'm gonna cook your Thanksgiving dinner now. I just want to supply you with some type of relief and make sure that the babies are fed. Also, I told you we're hiring. I want to announce that there will not be a second meeting in November or December due to the holidays. Those meetings was only CAL meetings anyway. It was not a voting meeting. So those 2 meetings will not be here. We will have our next board meeting in December. I'm pretty sure we got a board meeting. Don't got one in December? We got one in December just to pay bills. Normally we got the first meeting, but I want everybody to enjoy their holidays, and I don't want anybody to ever be just bickering before the holidays. So we will not be having any board meetings for the end of this month or the end of December. So I just want to make sure everyone's abreast to that. Something else that we're working on now is we're doing a Just Ice Performing Arts Studio. We're building that across from the Just Ice courts, and that's right there on Greenwood. If anybody familiar with the area, it's some garages and things of that nature that is on the demolition list, and we will be tearing them down. We will be putting a performing arts studio there for the kids, so you can do tap, dance, ballet, things of that nature that will be coming soon in the near future, which will be next year, hopefully by June is the goal. We're putting a plan together, and like how I sent that plan out for the Restaurant Road, we will send a plan out for these items as well, and that will be in the upcoming newsletter / I call it magazine, but it's a newsletter that will go out to everybody. We are renaming Greenwood to Greenwood Falls. We're just trying to give it a little because right now we are changing Melody Fitness into an upcoming updated police station. Yes, police station number 1, which is over here with fire station number 1 on Park, will still be in operation, but that's where the prisoners will be held. The one that will be on Greenwood will be strictly administration, and then not only that, the other half of the building will be utilized for a swimming pool. So you residents will get what you want. We will open the pools back. My goal is beginning of the year, but of course they took things off the warrant list, so I cannot fix the pool, which we need to fix the pool in order for me to open the pool. So things of that nature. So I'm just pointing out all the things that we got going on. Last but not least, one second. Last but not least, the upcoming projects that we do have is coming on Greenwood. Thank God they voted for the 600,000 because we would have lost it after today. So that will be the splash park / water park, the doggy park. We got that coming. We got a skate park for those skateboarders, and we also have a food truck area with a pavilion coming along Greenwood. So that is coming up shortly. Last but not least, get out and vote. Tomorrow the polls are open. I know the clerk did announce this. I'm just making sure you do remember it. The polls open at 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Every vote matters. Please get out and vote, because I do believe in you don't get out and vote, you lose your right to complain. What are you complaining about if you're not a part of the change? Get out and change what you are complaining about by executing your right to vote. The last thing that I will announce tonight is about the recall. You guys do know that the recall is null and void, that the courts threw it all out. I went through hell and high water with this board over trying to remove me from office, and the judge said, no, no, no. Sydney will not be removed, so I am here to stay. So thank you. Yep. Thank you. So I just always try to put out there, I wish they would just try to get along with me and not try to remove me. But when people cannot defeat you, and it's for anything in your life, people will try to create laws when they're governing something like this and make up things to remove you from office. All you had to do is try to beat me at the polls. But yet we made a law to recall Tiffany, and I didn't appreciate that because it was wasteful spending. It was hatred, lies, and it took 4 times for y'all to go back and forth to the courts. Y'all went to the circuit court, chancery, appellate court, and the higher court, which was the Supreme Court. All 4 courts denied their action against me because, again, residents, y'all put me here, and you're the only ones that can remove me, and remove me by when my term is up. When your term is up, that's when you go after someone's seat. You don't do it mid-term when no one has done anything wrong. So I do hope you guys was paying attention to the money that was wasted. He's saying it's now 200,000, but when you guys send stuff, it's $30,000. So the numbers are all over the place, and we need some clarity on Otison's bill. And I just want you to understand, residents, what I don't like about small Black communities, and I'm gonna talk to you that way, Black communities, African American communities, when we get to a point where all we do is bicker and fight due to the fact of attorneys like Otison coming and dividing our board. Otison has a history of tearing up boards that's in Black, underprivileged areas such as Dolton, South Village, University Park, Robbins, Calumet City, and Maywood. So they have a history of doing exactly what they did here in Dolton along the south suburbs. But guess what? What I'm happy about is the areas that I just claimed kicked Otison out. So I will have my day in court with them. They will be removed after this election. So I understand y'all got to run the bills up. But what I don't appreciate is when y'all allow somebody like him to come in our community and dilute y'all understanding of what we ran on, which is one sound, one vision, and dream team. And y'all allow that man to get there and put poison to tell y'all can control this and control that. I don't understand it. And to Mayor Booker over in Maywood, kudos to you, because he called me and asked me to help him remove Oderson from his town. That young brother has removed them from his town, and now he has control of his board. So y'all reach out to the Maywood mayor, because they was over there trying to do the same thing and run amok and run up bills and put people against each other when all we had to do is talk. Because today I see y'all was happy. We was on one accord as related to the votes. They voted for all 3 ordinances that was on the agenda. They didn't pay the bills now. They didn't pay certain bills, but they voted for all 3 ordinances, which I appreciate, because that's how we should always move. No matter what our differences are, we should always vote for the people, because that's what we sit here for. I tell them, just like I tell myself and anybody, everybody on borrowed time. You are on borrowed seats, and it's all a matter of when your time comes. But again, what God has for you will be for you. You cannot remove somebody when they got favor on their life. So thank y'all and amen. I love y'all. All right, so now let's do citizens address. Everybody can line up here and talk to the board, say what you feel. Y'all been seeing it, watching the show. So it's now speak now and forever hold your peace. But don't never hold your peace. Come on, talk to us.
Mayor, may I be recognized before they start? You know, let me say this. The kids will not go without a tree. I'll be responsible for paying for the tree for Dolton to go up. Thank you. That's it.
Yep. Oh, thank you. Yep. Thank you, trustee. All right, go ahead.
How y'all doing? My name is Art, and I done came to like the last 6 or 7 of these, and I had just wrote some things down. You know, I'm 29 years old, so I might be a kid to y'all, but it's pathetic how long it takes y'all to make decisions.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how the decisions of a few people can affect so many.
Mm-hmm.
And as the next generation coming up after y'all, it's discouraging and it sets a bad example. Crabs in a barrel, foot on your community's neck, halting the redevelopment of your own community, all skin folk ain't kinfolk, oppressing your own people. That's the stuff running through my mind when I done came here 7 different times. You can't point your finger at the system anymore and say our community is the way that it is because of the man, when y'all are up here disagreeing like this. Because as a unit, all you have done with your trustee position since you got in the power of trustee is fight and combat the mayor's redevelopment projects. The only money you've spent since you got the ability to spend taxpayers' money is spending taxpayers' money on them not having more resources, and suing the only person who is trying to bring them more resources. You had no problem spending money on the lawsuit to sue her, but won't release money for a kid's zone. Y'all are single-handedly rejecting the redevelopment of a community that your residents and constituents have been begging you for months now. And I'm a kid, but I can count. The money you are rejecting may not be able to solve all of our problems, but it can definitely develop the foundation for us to be problem-free. And if kids are our future, then why are you rejecting projects that's gonna keep kids off the streets? Y'all came together and instantly voted for a 7-Eleven's convenience store owned by another culture, but won't vote on an ice skating roller rink for our people. Y'all came together and instantly voted for a 7-Eleven's convenience store that is owned by somebody outside of our culture, but won't vote for something that will be owned by our people. From my studies, there is no such thing as gentrification. I'm a landowner. If I buy land in my community, tear down and rebuild, that's called redevelopment. But if somebody outside of my community and my culture comes in my community, tears down and rebuild, that's called gentrification. And that only happens if we allow it to. Our Super Mayor has been trying to redevelop our community, and the whole time y'all have been pressing the button to stop her. Oh, all right.
3 minute mark.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rashonda. I've been in adult residence since 1992. So I've seen the change. When I was a kid here, we had a pool, it didn't state it, and they took it away. So we had nowhere to go, nothing to do. Now, as far as the grant money, you can imagine being in the house for that long, how a roof is. That is very needed here. I have grandkids when it rains in my house. Nowhere to play because now the whole basement is soaking wet. So I think that's very selfish not to approve something that our mayor is trying to do, not for one, but for many who can't afford such a thing as windows and roof. And I commend you, Mayor, all the projects coming up. You are bringing jobs to the young folks, which is very to keep them off the streets, all the robbing and killing and all that. That's gonna stop a lot of that. So I take my hat off to you, our very first young Black mayor. And I just said you keep doing what you're doing, no matter what they saying, your day will come. And so it is too.
Yeah, thank you.
Good evening, Dolton.
Good evening.
It's I don't know. They've said a lot. I have a lot down that I was going to talk about, but my predecessors have spoken about it. Number one is about the grant. Can you all please, after this meeting, just for the sake of the residents, find a means of getting together and approve these requests? It is important. Let's put all these acrimony aside. Let's work together now. I can see it looks like the wind is blowing now. It's blowing now. At least we get all those 3 ordinances passed. That's the beginning. I think we can build on that. Trustees, Jason, Ms. Norwood, everybody, let's work together. Let's build on what you have just started on now. You know, forget about pride, because whatever you do today is history tomorrow. So let's build on that. I commend Trustee Norwood about that, about our speech. Now, coming here this evening, I saw the lightning on Greenwood. Very beautiful. Please, you know, like I said, I've been here at least for some time. I've been here now almost 30 years in Dolton. So I love it. All those developments, let's keep it going. All those skating rinks and whatever. But just at the same time you are building this stuff, think about security as well for the kids so that outsiders don't come to mess up the good work you are doing. I want to make a request for the street bumps on, I think I've told you before, on Sanderson. They are, because there are so many bumps all around, so now Sanderson becomes expressway. They just zoom, 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 zoom. I don't have kids anymore, but you know, for people that have children, and even for me, because I'm not any longer young anymore. Then I commended you before on the tree cutting service done on Sanderson in front of my house, but there's a dead tree there, right next to the one they cut. Even the log that they cut is still sitting there, but it's a dead tree there that can fall on, you know, on the roof of the people across the street.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't know if that'll get done. They didn't pay the vendor now, so.
Okay, well,
sorry about that.
Please note it down anyway. My next point is I want to commend the ambulance service because I was sick a few weeks ago, and when they came,
We've reached the 3 minute mark, sir.
I appreciate the service. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
no problem.
Hey, y'all doing today? My name is DeMarcus Crigley. I represent Crigley Elite Enterprise, which is my company that I started about maybe 5 years ago. I'm a general contractor. I'm licensed and bonded in Dolton as well. The reason I'm up here, I got a couple of different things quickly. Contractors should always be paid, especially with windows. Windows are custom ordered windows. Those are paid by the contractor. So now with you all not voting for that, what you have done is put their money in jeopardy. Because these windows can't go in certain houses. When we come out, measure a window, measure a roof, everything that's ordered has been ordered. There's no, you take these windows back. If if the contractor has ordered 200 windows, and windows are not cheap. If a contractor is doing windows for $2,000, man, that is good. Because one window, one simple window, especially a bay window, could cost you $1,000. Up to $10,000. If somebody's doing a roof, depends on the square footage of a roof. I'm just gonna say a 1,400 square foot roof. That's gonna cost you about $15,000. For them to do it for $5,000 or $6,000, man, that's phenomenal. And hey, I stand with you. You need my help with anything, I got you. I'll take care of that. Instead of bickering about different stuff, I want to see new ordinances created, and not by just the mayor, because every ordinance that's coming up is by the mayor or Andrew Holmes as well. Use your resources. That's what I learned. I went out this weekend with the mayor and trustee. Use your resources. Township and mayor, very powerful seats. Use your resources so you can bring more business inside of Dolton. You get what I'm saying? And another thing is, every event that I've ever shown up to, and I show up to a lot of events, and I'm gonna make sure I show up to events, I don't see the trustees. I want to see the trustees. I don't care if y'all getting into it, still show up. People are looking for you all. That's all. I don't have no problem with it, neither one of y'all. All I'm saying is, let's come together. Let's do something for the community. I'm gonna keep hollering every meeting that comes up here. I'm gonna stand up. It's not because I want to be known. It's because it's for the community. That's my piece.
Hey, how you guys doing? My name is Jordan Murray. I'm just here to say that I'm proud of you guys for coming together and making some tough decisions, because a lot of y'all got a lot of animosity towards each other. And, it's really hard to remove self out the way. But if you guys could just work on that and remove self out the way, just so you could get something done for the people, because there's a lot of people here supporting Tiffany. And I got love for Tiffany. Tiffany has done a lot for the community. I work in a barbershop right here on 142nd Chicago Road, and they talking. The streets is talking. I heard a lot of good things, and I see a lot of good things. And like, I don't even know any of you guys like that, but I would like to have the same emotion that I have for Tiffany for you. You know what I mean? Because I don't have any hate in my heart, and I wish everybody well. So if you see her doing good, support her. We got to come together as a unit, just like everybody else. And I'm jealous of other coaches because they come together, and I'm waiting on our time. But I feel like the time is now, and y'all got it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
Hi. I've been a resident for Dolton since 2017. When I first came here, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, but the last 2 years, the last year especially, I've seen a reawakening, and I want to buy property here. First, I was like, I can't wait to save up my money because I'm leaving. You know what? I see houses and buildings everywhere where I can help our community. We want to buy property. We put in for 3 or 4 properties. We can't get an answer because the attorney won't return the realtor's calls. $30,000, $40,000, $60,000. They're giving it back. They said, that's okay. We didn't get an answer. We need to know what's going on. And now I see. I don't know who Otis is, but he got to go. Okay, because if he's not going to answer no emails and stuff like that, all this other stuff y'all doing, wonderful and great. I love it. But y'all need to stop fighting like kids. All y'all need to stop. This cell phone thing and tell me what this is, tell me what that is. What y'all happened to the phones? What happened to the phones? Professional people live here that make money. We all work. We are trying to make this community grow. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop it. Everybody sees you. Ain't nobody just seeing Tiffany. They see all of y'all. Okay? So y'all need to stop. And I need that attorney to answer my email so I can buy a property so we can keep this thing moving.
My name is Laval Brooks. I've been living in Dolton since '93. And I'm really beginning to appreciate being here. But I wonder, when you all hear these things and hear how people feel, what do you all feel? You all are representing us and you can't even get along. I mean, to me, it's so simple. I'm telling my kids, don't give away your power. But you all give away your power. You can't even come together to do things for us. I would like to say too, we've got a lot of young people in this area. When you all are doing contracts with those contractors, are you saying we got to bring some young people in so you all can teach them so that they can learn how to do these things so you don't have to go out of the community to get people to do things? You can raise up people right here. That's what you should be doing. If you bring in contractors in, they need to be teaching our young men how to do some things. That's what they need. Maybe we need a place, a school, like what used to be Washburn, where they can learn some skills. And then we don't have to worry about them taking our purses or breaking in our cars, because they can get some skills and take them where we would like to go. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Reggie Smith. I've been a resident of Dolton for over 30 years now. I've done more of my share of fighting for Dolton's residents. I ran for school board several times. I've been a coach out here. I've seen some of my old players, they're adults now with their own families. I'm encouraged and I'm saddened at the same time. It's great to have a young Black sister as our mayor. These personal attacks, I don't know, okay, you can disagree on policy, but you getting personal with each other, putting people's business out there, that's crazy. That is really crazy. You know, it's three sides to everything. My grandfather used to say this, there's three sides. We heard two sides. We're hearing the mayor's side, we're hearing the trustee sides. Then it's the third side, which is the truth. Right now, I don't know what the truth is. Mr. House said we have a $2.8 million deficit. Is that correct? That's nothing to sneeze at. That's something major. How true is that? Why that deficit is there? I don't know. But that's something as residents we can find out, and I want to find out. So right now, I'm on no one's side. I'm on Dolton's side. I'm on the Village of Dolton side. I'm on your side. Let's find out what's going on and support what we need to support. The warrants. You ran off a list of warrants that you didn't want to pay. My question is, how did you come to that determination with what you're going to pay and what you're not going to pay? I don't know if you can ask questions to the trustees. Can you answer that?
Yeah, it's public comment. So you just say your comments, and then after the meeting, you can speak to any of us.
Okay, well, that's one of my questions. You know, how do you determine what you're going to pay and what you're not going to pay? And then it's another thing. We have grants, as you said, 600,000 grant for this, grant for that, but the trustees are voting against the grant. So what's the logic behind that? I don't know. That's something I would like to ask you guys personally. Okay. But like I said, I'm for Dolton. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gloria Johnson, and I'm the founder and CEO of a nonprofit organization, Young Adult Living Assistance, known as YALA. I came tonight with a small presentation, but for the sake of time, I want to just present to you, Mayor, the vision and mission of who YALA is. But to put a twist on tonight, I've sat and listened to everything being taken away. For the last 2 years, Young Adult Living Assistance has given back a toy drive to the communities less fortunate. So 2020, it was in Morgan Park. 2021, it was in West Point. This year, we wanted to give back to Dolton. So my reason standing here was just really for permission to give back on Sunday, December 18th, but by using the lot on Greenwood to set up and create the toy drive. So, and it's open to the public. Anyone with children can come through and receive a gift until they're exhausted.
Okay. If you could see Keith, I don't know where he walked to, but when he come back up, Keith Freeman, he's the village administrator.
Okay, that's from here. Thank you all.
Resident of Dolton, Mayor, trustees. My name is Demetrius Walker. Been here a long time in this village. A lot of you guys know me up here. Mayor, you know me personally, right? House, you know me personally. Brittany, Steve, Holmes, Keona. We went through a lot of fights, a lot of battles. Tiffany, we used to talk. We had good conversation back in the days when Mayor, all the nonsense just steady flowed over. You guys asked us to support you. You asked us to help each and every last one of you to gain unison, right? To unite for growth, to get something positive into deliverance, right? I see a lot of confusion, right? It's a lot of high-powered positioning type of mannerism that is taking place, right? Nobody wants to work together when we were formed as a team together. You came, Tiffany, you asked for our support. The whole street team to support you as mayor, to work together to be transparent. I love what you're doing, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. You have done a lot of beautiful things for this community. I don't take that back from you. But your transparency skills with working with the trustees, we got to work on those things. Trustees, guys, we're in a community of residents that wants what they want. It's not about what the trustees want. It's not about what the mayor wants. It's about what us as residents want. We're business owners. We're residents here. We have kids in these community that needs positive sources to look up to, right? So we're coming here with all this bickering, right? We're talking about grants. We're talking about finances. We're talking about business. This would be a business platform, not an emotional family feud type rackets. It's all about business. It's about budgets. It's about costs, and it's about effectively setting those things to move forward, right? So if we have grants, if we have things that are available to us like funds, money, isn't it transparency that we are told how much money we have? Where does that money come from? And what is being set? Because grants are very tricky things. They're wonderful things. Yes, they can absolutely help. But if that grant is not funded for whatever purpose that can happen, what does that money go back to? What does that problem take place to? I love the idea of the skating rink. All of it is beautiful. But the economic part of it is what is going to be the financial responsibility after it's built, after it's running, on the taxpayer heads and the operation of that facility, right? So we have to accommodate all these things as a business idea and stop everybody thinking emotional, right? And let's come with some transparency to the village, to the residents of why we're coming up with such wonderful things of growth, the economic development growth, how we're coming up with the ideas of trustees, why you don't want to work the mayor, why you do. Let's get transparency, guys. Let's stop with the argument and let's move forward. Thank you.
Hi, I am, without giving my name, but I've been resident of Dolton for over 25 years, I want to say. And I do want to say that I'm on that street that you guys just paved right around the corner from Roosevelt. So that's the first time I've ever seen anything. I've been complaining about that street on Roosevelt for a long time. So I'm really commend you guys together, not just Mayor Tiffany, but all of you guys for being a part of that. The only person on the trustee that I personally know that I've dealt with was Holmes, Trustee Holmes. And that's because of what he did for my 90-something-year-old parents, in-laws. And so I reach out to him certain times when I can't get through. But one thing I've done, this is my first time ever coming to this meeting. I've been to the conversation with the mayor, but it's my first time coming to these meetings. And people in my community have warned me about these meetings. And it breaks my heart, absolutely breaks my heart. But what I want to say is this, what I heard that's clear is that the guy that just spoke that talked about transparency, that is so key. If we don't see the transparency on the website that someone, I'm not sure who was it that mentioned it, that's going to tell me something. And it may tell a lot of us something, but it's not on Tiffany. I know it's not pointed at her at all, but I'm just saying the transparency, and I do know that there has to be an order in which things are getting paid. It breaks my heart to know that the one thing that was been granted was this roof and, the windows and all of that. And to know that that's not happening. And it's because of a process perhaps, but the transparency I think is key. If we all have that, if you guys all have that, and we can see in the village, we can see it on the website, and we can see that Tiffany's getting what she's want and you guys are getting what you need, that's going to tell us something, because we don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but we'll know if you put it on the website.
Good evening, everyone. Mayor, trustees, clerk. I agree with Demetrius. I agree with the young lady that just spoke. Trustee Norwood made the best point I've heard in a long time, because there's no side here. There's us, the residents. But if I don't know what the grant says, you say one thing, you say something else, then I'm going to side with the one that seems to be in my favor. If these documents are put on the website, then there's no lie here and no lie here. I've asked personally for 4 months for documents that I was told I could get. I haven't got them. I don't think I'm gonna get them in the 5th and 6th month either. But while we applauding and jumping up and down and all happy, why don't you want to know the truth for yourself? All of us can read. Because if I find out I get a roof and some windows with that money that I wasn't supposed to get, and you ask me for some money back, you got a problem. So why don't I know? What's the problem? If the trustees ask for a document because they want to read it, why should they have to Google it? Why should they have to Google it? Give them the document. Real simple. So everybody in this room should want to see it on the website. Thank you.
All right, I want to thank everybody for coming out. It's been a long meeting. I appreciate you. But if anybody ever need information, you guys can FOIA it. That way you don't think anyone's up here lying. Just FOIA it with the clerk's office, and you're entitled to any document that we do have. You also have the VA right here, and everybody don't have a computer. Everybody do not go to a website. So whether I put it on a website, put it in a document, mail it to your home, you do get the information that we asking the trustees to vote on. But you can FOIA anything that you think you're not getting, because we have to give it to you. So I just want to make that clear, so people don't think that we're not giving out information that's for public. Thank y'all for coming out. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I motion.
Second. Motion and second. Please call the roll.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood. I'm sorry. Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 9:49 p.m.